Anti a friend Antoine Semenyo de osi ono Bournemouth obetena ho offers bi by na Arsenal pe na Liverpool kran so pe any other clubs ba we say 5 years obekọ so e de atena ho the etitina say Kudus there 55 million pounds ade a wakopie mu e was Spurs ne sa enti North London derby ye Arsenal ne Spurs Mohamed Kudus obegina mu abobe ye players na hefa na omo come hu se Kamal Dean we free England eco Italy your players no movement no at the same ahead of the World Cup qualifier because World Cup we see Kobe ye be Kobe so ye kodi anamene ye asempa any remark ye nya ne ye kwa ne ya mabrenya mu ababak ne ya ko cover ho ye wia ne asan swap ye yakọ ye nya ba no mo so asan akoto aso e wo ho ye be hwe sansem we ni akana unim se ye wo topic bi a ye ka ho asema yakeka keka bi na watwi nyina fans aye huye e wa Accra Sports Stadium on Sunday no league no e hyase in September e se hu sa same atmosphere e wa Accra Sports Stadium abedwafo ni nyina ye krado na no pay mame mo makwaba Felix remark memo akwaba
Prince nya bi boko
de
boko
na
akwaba ninje so nye den o se den
na oyakani no me busana kankasa
no
oyakani
ni fi group ni fi ni fi bi ba ko
na oyakani enti ono nso oyakani
me nyakani enti na me kire no
enti jana me kire no
o ka wa ka ni den kwa we hu
oh da okabi bi na wanka ni ye osi o meme yanwrani okabi bi no wanka ni na osi meme okay me de na oka me de me yanwre unse ne de o be kire me se me ma ntie de oka ye no remark me se me akwaba
yenya
no onim de bi ba enyi so no na enyi so papa
pacho majiatum azika sempa me chiawo
ejo so
ye jimi ahenewa nti jimi ahenewa
enjo ahene biawa na odi
jo
wate
na oina onika de
acting no acting the sports no
ebesi waje omo aye jo omo ahenewa no
jo tie me hwemanim be focus hwemanim
me focus
machia
me jo so
okay so de ja asempa disciple nti baby asempa kobia ne ho na nso be ko ba guys me makwaba still Accra has of folk nsem ne hame but ne de hame pa menya ne team ni nyina ye krado nti nanka ne mesenka meye editorial kakra bi asempa de enura ye hu wo Kumase Baba Yara Sports Stadium no eni hu kwan se regional sports director bi atena Kumase say in the books of National Sports Authority say or ye regional sports development officer etena ho na Baba Yara ye bo ho enchi ye bia no eno ne de enura no unless say pictures na ye hu ye and Collins mama Baba Yara pictures no unless say enye true pictures e free Baba Yara e ba enura e bia some old pictures be somewhere no makofa but that to me as important to me the state of Baba Yara e wo bra ye won crofo obi ni office e na ye Baba Yara ni office okọ de bia se de ye ba ha de bia nti e de na se nipa no etena ho e ma stadium no eye de edu guys makwa that's what I think this morning
yeah Joso
a free enura we na me aponda and the more I think about it the more me pese hwe
we akola ntu penifo ba no pa we mama futu amudu mama ze mumma ye penifo no we mudu ho echa mu pressure beba into we de munjama ye nkola no because we only asempa especially obi ana 94 na ohwe World Cup there
94
74
yes 74 World Cup man hwe
enye na dawo so 74 World Cup
me nka 74 da the first World Cup me hwe no 86
oh okay
World Cup me hwe 86
mu fie no ko anim nti we de mu de echi a mu be ya
pressure see ye regional sports director nti ono na dwuma ne sen okọ dwuma o Baba Yara ho because minim se ne office e ho ne wo okọ a ohu na ohu a o address ne sen asempas obi nka bibi nkyere me
No.
No, Bobby can be being chirame.
Prince, we don't do sports in this country. We don't do sports in this country.
No, but we have passion for sports.
Yeah, so you can have the passion but still not do it. There are people who sit on their passion, and or passion is so he doesn't develop the passion. You understand? When the Benin hosted AFCON, that was 2008, when the two stadiums were built. Renovated Baba and Accra Sports Stadium. There was no way a more see stadium no anja maintenance manual. And so they say we see renovate stadium, modernize the stadium now because me I'm not even in favor of renovation. Because you say baby you modernize the stadium. Yes, you do modernization. You don't. How many times I have to say renovate Baba Sports Stadium? How many times I have to say renovate Accra Sports Stadium? So I was part of a committee set up by the ministry back then in 2018, when Ghana wanted to host hosted the women's AFCON. You see a year renovation, I could see there. Even the past minister, Mustafa Yusuf, one guy saw a renovation. Yeah, say a scoreboard.
Yes.
Yeah. Almost more painting rusted metal. So, this is a country that does not put priority to any maintenance culture. Because maintenance culture, in 2008, I made a lot of money from a sipon. Almost see a sipon. World Cup, African Cup. Nigeria, Benin, Mali, Ivory Coast were in the same group. That was the group of death. Takrade. Maybe tour match tickets. Post office. Takrade. And I made a lot of money because Michia, Ivorian guy who was selling African football magazine, or the OBIBA. And so made me tickets no too swa. Now you turn as package. The Sipon Stadium has a restaurant, has a 20-bed hotel, a gym,
conference rooms.
And I say Accra Sports Stadium crowd conference. Those times not empty and we were annual general meeting. But look at the last time I went to Tamale Sports Stadium. Prince baby, a media men crack. See, we don't have any sporting facility. We don't. Now Zuma Nelson complex in the Zuma Crase Munkoyu or Simunkoyu Nidin Crane
no crowd and men can once
or Simunkoyu Nidin Frio. So we are a country that does not have a maintenance culture. Because it will be partner people are put in charge. And you see, one thing, sometimes you can pinpoint and blame those in charge. If they are a technical officer, now we a maintenance officer, or these facilities are. When there is no funding, it will be difficult for you to go and do what? Maintain some of these things. Because facility nankasa, it is not generating revenue. TTSC be a sports fan, Sanka be a Sika crowd, they would have used that. For Sika said all African games, you see, Manning, University of Ghana, Sika fan Kofoko pockets, we could have even used some of the money to modernize the stadium. And NSA, previous NSA, current NSA, what are they also doing to make sure that they are generating revenue to what? Modernize the stadium. Share all over the world. They say stadiums and stadiums are here modernizing them. They are doing it for a multi-purpose structure. I bet it generating revenue. Until far the spare stadium now, it is not used for only football. Benabo Mukoyomo concert, NBA for Koyom, Wembley, Omo boxing, NFL, NBA, BBA, because Omonim says Omo de Wembley, only footballer, Omunyeska. And all these facilities, aside the sporting aspect, Share, Mitimiko Accra Sports Stadium. Now, just anybody walk into the stadium, go to the stands, take pictures, take video. You can't do that in Spain.
You can't do that in Dortmund. You can't do that at Wembley. You can't just enter any stadium in Kwame Nkrumah Museum.
Yes.
Even the rubber by a crana and your match day cry. No person rusty stadium cry. You should even pay. Accra Sports Stadium, you museum or revenue. If you create a museum, last year December, Global Football Festival, I developed a concept, a museum, a Mombo Accra Academy. Then I'm the first TV appear or Breme, the Budweiser Man of the Match Kappa, the man of 2006 World Cup, Isaac Vossa Emami, the boots. The other call World Cup green, green grass in our home. What's the name? Abeta Doma Emam in the Borough shirt. Prince Tego Mamini trophy or winning a goal king or the Saudi or no Saudi. Ghana Premier League players jerseys. A simple museum studio size way. These are some of now. Aside that, now I had a 42-inch TV on. Goals from Ghana's participation at the World Cup. And our drive tsunami. We can have a museum concept at the Accra Sports Stadium. Tourists, but and now we should be Accra Sports Stadium. A lot of people go. Call Crystal Moore Castle, call Independence Square, call Black. They can even come to the Accra Sports Stadium and have a look at the facility, have a look at the museum. But the NSA is also not doing anything to generate revenue because I banned there. Serious football. No. There's a political will. Look at, we always make reference to Morocco. It is because the king of Morocco, a conscious effort, he said, I am going to build our sporting economy to attract people from all over the world. Until so Real Madrid asked no to become Morocco for pre-season. Because there's a conscious political effort to invest in infrastructure. You understand? But they say, they see a bit now, see, can say sports centers across all the 10 regions. Fantastic idea. But look at the state of those sports.
Some minister Okoi after Babaya and Oko Enyinihini.
You're spending $2.5 million.
Look
at the facility, $2.5 million.
Their pictures.
Prince, there is no way you bet me I renovated these facilities and now you bet me I modernize it without bringing in a private person. There should be a private partnership. And to say OBIBA, Ebia, Isaac, nene investors, or Maba, Munfa Esipoma, you better renovate and modernize it. 20 years, Munfa Maye, you now you manage place now. Maybe at the end of the month, you bet 10% of revenue. Now you place in here. And no crowd so crab boy because you even have to worry about club licensing. Because facility managers too make sure say
it's up to that
standard so that they can host matches and make revenue. They can host on metal carpet cover grass no. She Sunday, share President Cup no. Dispatch rider no. Or the president name no, or the motorbike no, and I'm pitching.
But or start here no there.
Why? Or Bakubi or call one when die.
Okay, first one.
Yes, the first one.
But
yes, dispatch rider.
No,
in fact,
no.
No. They were very ignorant because why did the others not follow him?
Yes.
Hold on.
Why did the others not follow him?
Even
the president's car, president car,
hold on.
Maybe a car no here.
Ike, listen to me.
Okay, yes, you.
There was somebody ne Juma say obe stop dispatch rider. Hold on. Amana fa baby ese offer.
What was he going to do? Let him finish. Let my prince. What was he going to do? My prince in here.
Enunti eno no.
And over zero dispatch rider.
Enunti no be sacked with immediate. Omo kanyina they were stopped.
And remember, so
it was somebody's responsibility to do that.
No, that was not.
Hold on. That same person. Stop the president's car. and a president.
No. See, the president can common sense. Don't even copy. Page. But this is not the first time.
There were 6 dispatch riders.
Yes.
5 stop here.
Yes.
Some more dispatch. Some more dispatch. Now, where do we know? Say 5 na akano. Omundi mechia.
You even booing him.
Yes.
You even booing.
The people in the stands were booing.
Yes.
He went around the entire perimeter of the pitch.
Yes.
Was he being booed?
Yes.
You have told him something.
Back to
Yes. Yes.
Back to what I was saying. Say
An overzealous
Obi
dispatch rider.
And yes,
that was my take. That's my take.
Let me tell you something.
That person.
Prince, let me tell you. Mama says,
the 5 stop.
Mama says, say, who drive a car? Now do junction now. Traffic light in Yejuma. So traffic light in Yejuma is the responsibility of what? Police for no traffic order to be there to direct traffic. But because traffic you can say police officer in your chair say you won't be careful, you won't reason.
Of course.
Yes, and the police officer there no. One sebi.
One size good judgment.
Thank you.
I get
so that's what I'm saying.
I get it.
If you have a first
Onam, you see, President Elko Vice President Elko there is already an advanced security team who go to the ground to survey everything.
Even days before.
So
days before.
You see, they na all ban, minutes na all ban because the head of the air president security will be in constant communication. The president do grounds and say omu radio in grounds okay inti asema me bisa say no order me about inti
protocol for adwuma. Yes, and I'm telling you say me sa incident no me hwe ni yie pa when the state protocol officer or realizing you are not called that.
Yes.
So you stop the others.
He was a recalcitrant and an overzealous dispatch rider.
And make us ono Otimoto no suna
protect the president.
Otimoto no suna
Really protect the president.
Or then na page no so in and then now
IG funds.
No.
And he wasn't being booed though.
He went around the page.
He was being booed. Omo catch a free page no so tell.
And you won call. We are bare 6. 5 na agent and who back on. Stubborn sheep. Who back on.
Let us be focused.
Yes. So focus, but please don't create the impression as if what you are saying is we drifting for the main topic. You know, someone who was using the president now who say who do who come in some on for 90 page so. Because of bacteria near the. But you think that yeah,
Azempa. It is not even Emirates. You real match on this Sunday.
And I'm doing
green grass technology. Frank Wine.
Yes. Keep off the grass.
And you see, let's be very honest. The pitch was solid. And look, Minkai last time we share has game the FSA.
Yes.
But the pitch gave us a very good game.
Solid.
Kudos to Omo 100 pitch.
Yes.
But back to what I'm saying. Me, I think Abain ni NSC omumpe private person or your interest. I think I don't know if Arab contractors nipa bi eka we minister who call rounds no.
Yeah.
Maybe there could be a possibility of a partnership because Ekagana for one there see maintenance modernization in Jumada. But my own quick one. Unim den say me ya no. Share the Ghanaian clubs are more qualified to play in Africa, maybe apart from Kotoko. The last 2 Premier League winners have come from the West. She said, "Be a me free BBNI. Na me tia gets feed every Sunday. Eko she BBNI Gold Stars or Africa. Na me bo Africa na me pese me hu Zamalek ni TP Mazembe mu BBNI a musi mimbra.
Abeba
Accra na Kumasi. Whilst at least with the menya BBNI kra na Western region Stadium AC. SA.
Meanwhile, even Cape Coast crowd and so esi ho. And also nyewe. What it means is that Gold Stars on Africa on bebo Accra na.
Yeah, Accra na Kumasi.
Accra na
Prince and we na no praise and worship na na.
Sir Ike and one
to the end of the year it's on Felix. I disagree with that session that Bibiana Esiadema private person.
Yes.
Yes, say mine because there is no single country in this world. Every state institution and I say every state property biano you're privatizing.
You're pursuing
No, I'm not saying privatize it. I'm saying a partnership. See, every country needs private partnership to develop.
Yes.
If you say privatization, I'm not saying say you're funding more. You see, be very realistic. See, find motions to change. And then you the map. About to me, Bukom Square. Bukom Square. Do you know why the Bukom Square is still running up to now?
Because it is under
because it's under
Smith, even Smith and Kasano. Yes. Sana Kroma Nyamati.
Prince.
That is the truth.
Prince.
Let's be very honest with ourselves.
One thing that my year sustained campaign about NSA Boteman Center facility. No. See that facility.
So
Ghana for you hypocrites. Make I say, sorry because sorry and Ghana for came up in arms against those who rented out the facility.
But what is wrong with that?
It doesn't make sense.
What is wrong with that?
It doesn't. It is because it doesn't really make sense. I don't know. Say what order? I mean, you see, Boteman Center no. My music the multi-purpose court, no. What is the essence of it when it's lying there without any activity going on there?
Nothing.
What is wrong? So sorry, even though at this stage, no, yeah, sorry.
There's nothing wrong.
It's a 1,000 seater.
It's only
people who don't think who will say because I quite sorry a problem.
Yes.
So
put the account once and put the
no. Say minister call that.
Yes, and then answer.
Yes, and then answer. Minister call. Now minister call no. There's no activity happening there. So how do you say the place to function? Ubenya start here now they take your light bills in Nema. When there's no activity happening there. And I'm saying that most of these activities no crano. Wow, Ube to me I engineer those activities. So I sorry be personal programmer. But a year reception. And when environment no.
Yes.
Because I
yes.
You know to me, I long
card.
Events. It happens everywhere. Every major stadium is not only used for that only activity it was built for. Otherwise, you can to me fetch the necessary revenue. To use you tinti. Touch and for come dear moi now moi say Bernard Boy bra stadium no
Olympic Stadium.
Wembley. Now you Anthony Joshua be come back to her no akon. Because of the bomb, how many times in England ever bought Wembley? How many times on board? Oh, Wembley.
National team there. National team. You see, matches in a year.
Let's also make a who say Wembley never that one then. Activity because on there.
Oh, of course.
And here football.
Every single day.
People are even touring there.
Yes.
There's a museum there. There's a cafeteria there.
I've raised this issue. You know, there's a tussle between the NSC and the then sports minister. Wana ena only Botima. When you say ideally Botima, okohwa eso mo employee will be as a marketing officer. Event any idea now.
Bro, enye Botima pay.
They will go out
every facility, every facility should have
for the place.
Prince, on my point now, Mama Mary.
Okay, so you
last year,
yes.
Ubeka I said there back wa ye ho adwuma pa public accounts committee.
Yes.
And you see, committee no me this year me heavy. And
almost started.
And Ebabio kwa me public accounts committee there last year. And me vow say me heavy. Last year you say NSA no dey bia ye kasa o na omo sika generate no
challenge be specific.
Saying
Professor
no
Chimesi any Mustafa Yusuf, the worst sports minister we've had and the worst NSA boss we've had, those two.
You see, I want to dwell on the institution. Prince, you park meeting, you say, yes, sika no a generate no, it will not be enough to cater for the facility.
In terms of maintenance.
But Prince, kakana ye generate no, they cannot account for it. Sure. So you see,
there's a regional director. Yes, sir. Charge no. Emma no weeks are unfit to in fact, public account committee, then honorable chairman, honorable James Afeji.
Yes.
The last time I checked, that guy is still at the NSC.
You see, I'm not praise maker say. So yeah stadium anything na me when it comes to air privatization invite private sector ema nya den nimbre mu ene ade decisions na private sector no ebe take na obe route akronfo no out of the system no
there's a business private business ruthless when you were free
but you see if the states can't do that my never
I agree.
So because and again at the park meeting no NSA a right of debt and my multi choice
Ebano Accra Sports Stadium.
Yes.
DSTV ade na o ma draw
no.
Any Go TV ade na o ma draw. Any Baba Yare.
Yes. NSA can say we right that it was what? Is it 120,000 Ghanas around that figure?
A private sector
how do you a multinational company like that multinational company like that NSA omo within their own powers NSA no mu hieska to cater for a facility no or say variety of debt amobi obi nso sika twitwi de kodi no so you see a problem with our maintenance no and nothing is about the number of times I hear renovation under President Akufo-Addo Nkwano Accra Sports Stadium on top of my head NSA statement on me release some renovation about 8 from 2017 to 2024 the number of times that NS
at any given time ya no mu ye baby
in fact every time a blasters either renovation cost or Baba Yara or cost or Accra Sports Stadium so NSA problem no I understand say a private sector bem but you see say you continue sad there na o my nenye yo because
but Joe Mesrewo National Sports Authority sika bia omokoji bia omokoji free Ministry of Youth and Sports
yes enu esika omokoji o prince
omunya se enye se bia ye beye renovation kra wo esipon wa
yes
NSC boss no on the Bema contract no enye on Bema contract
no see no I'm
the boss or team ministry ho ene beye bibia no dia ma contract
I'm not talking about sika omokoji o sika omojigu NSA account mu no
if you abonten
at the park meeting ema ye hu say they cannot account for it
Stone boy concert sika na echinijie ba
yes ni nyina kwa no ho ba enta me ka say e park meeting no
sika no na ye bo concert no wa Accra but ye tue sika no ye tue go Kumasi account but there was an explanation say time na Accra account ya Ghana she
so answer na ye betumi amanage ye facility no say and park meetings no backed by law nti document no ho sa sika no ene sa host ni nyina no say yensi ano a see there is nothing that we can do and you see eba ne say de bia no aban adwuma no bisi basa bia ye invite private sector you see, and the problem with inviting private sector to come in is that our clubs will suffer.
Of course.
Because
commercial rate.
Yes.
And who can afford?
Because even has no kotoko. Has of folk. You can say a class 4 stadium. More at a commercial rate. About 17 games. They can pay it.
It's true.
Both has and kotoko.
It's true. Commercial rate of it depends the amount. Commercial rate of ABR.
At the point we're paying 15,000.
15,000. So commercial rate of fans and Niama cost will give and take 25k.
They will struggle.
17 by 17. Multiply 25k by 17.
Because on the average, based on the last 2 seasons, home attendance are between these two clubs
425,000.
Ghana cedis.
Na Premier League no oba
omunya.
You see, the reason why the omunya say they don't have a well programmed structured match day experience. Me can say me rent ubami sa 25 also mean 15,000 to have access to the Accra Sports Stadium. There are a lot of things that will change on match day. Tego me man into Janu or
Hey, there be Wahain.
No. Where's no Beto? Say me can say
Agreement or
that is wrong. He can sell on any other days. He can sell on any other days. Let me talk. Let me make one point. In Kolano Beton so stadium. If someone Beton and the Miami has a folk means so
there be almost free baby or any NSC no agreement.
And that's what I'm saying. If I'm taking it at that fee, I am canceling all those things. There is no way. Please, I don't know if you've traveled outside to watch a football game before.
But you're there be.
Mami Kanche, when you go, from inside the stadium, everything I told and most of in Europe, most of the stadiums and your clubs need there. Some are municipal.
Be all yeah.
Thank you. But everything that is sold there
belongs to them.
Yes,
they control it.
Accra as a folk. She has no protocol. Look at the people who are selling as a folk jerseys.
Anka chinchinga run or horse.
Oh, yes, mimi.
And to Ottawa and Quebec.
Miami chinga nipa beba. That's what I'm saying. The clubs are losing a lot of Tama Kotoko sign in so deal with one water producers.
Enya nsuo no kwa.
No, but I'm even talking about the water. Not Omobia and any other brand.
Water.
Yes.
And Nana Posa. No, you won't.
Shensu Amutoma in Ekitwa the same. I bet you 10 series. So they will even get more money than the gate processor some of the clubs are making at the stadium. Yes. You understand? Tego Oton Club, Eton Yam, Eton Jani. Miss Oton San now. No, I'm saying this because say house of folks here on match day, I'm bringing my own chef as part of the match day. We be out to 50 series. And the other thing, trophy Ben has trophy has in New we say World Club trophy. Has have conquered everything in Africa. Trophies no, do they even have replica? So Udi, sa trophies no bus stadium. Create a photo booth or a match day ticket. Uti 100 series. You be borrow journey from your kitchen on ama unsa. I'll be try pictures with the trophy. Create a match day experience. Last week, I mean Dr. Baniako. So
Dr. Kwame Baniako. And I all chat ticket up. So I share Liverpool, one of the games. Minute honum and I share me the packages involved. Me for we can.
Yes. Oh, on no bet choose seat or pay. You be man access to croissant drink. Please.
Yes. It's sad enough. I've seen it a lot with as I didn't have papa.
Almost send anybody be
as na the end what's a F papa duania. Half time Kramukoko D.
Please, I'm not saying say pay 10,000 or pay 1,000 or 2,000 for us, but these small things can generate a lot of revenue.
You see,
people are not making a lot of money outside the club.
See, and call for Udim say Shatter. A freedom concert, Accra Sports Stadium. No, they sold away for vendors.
Thank you.
Stonewall, yes. No concert, no
vendors.
Vendors.
Yes. What you see?
Yes. And you see, at a point, Dr. Kwekuti, sponsor both has in Kotokono. Woko Accra Sports Stadium. Na Dr. Kwekuti na wetu sika kese ediama has some monje na has games e stands ni mo Dr. Kwekuti product enye Dr. Dabi Dr. Kwekuti na wetu sika ma house of folk ono ni product any amanfo a omuntu aka pre e ma house of folk could the same market share it doesn't make sense. So your clubs no omo and yoma bebre and so mo at say and say ban say the more at a standard rate and no every single commercial activity that goes on because Sashata ebeje Accra Sports Stadium 100,000 Ghana cedi obi oton PK kra no praise in the vicinity ye ma o vendor assessor untumi enya den ento but me my point is still on NSS internally generated revenue. Sikano say you want see the crown NSA bedia. We should know. Say I want see the no. Microphone say so one see the no. And because it can't be that the money that NSA will generate at the end of a year, every month or every year, about the say renovation because at the end of the day, we are studio manager, studio no, I want the rent sports for 5,000 Ghana cedis. A power da ben, 4 hours, 7,000. Happy morning show 3,000. Say bia ye koye bibia se na ye koye renovation no. Wo ko team wa. Wo si Dr. Yakari renovation na ye be wo studio no. Ye be here 10,000 Ghana cedi. Nemo dia ye generate within no. Bia ye kwa say 5,000 Ghana cedis. But it can't be that anytime that a renovation, then ye kwan na ye de sakobo aban futuo when the amount generating, you can't account for where those monies went. And every single person, whether the pre because yenye park don na ye hu and the auditor general and sanfa a new report so
normally after July,
yes,
and a park start.
So every single report from the auditor general Biano the previous NSA administration. Some call for no and some of them are civil servant. Tamalina I say civil servant.
Okay, they no work Cape Costa. Odi eniam.
You transfer no.
Uncle for the or say uncle.
He said NSA boss kajenzo. So that is another. Attorney General charge uncle no. Sab my minutes papa no tamale no.
What's now tell I frustrated. Sana Public Account Committee members the chairman no. That is what because you see ombe ye adwuma ni nyina na afi de prosecution and recovery now. And to continental job, that is what I'm saying, sir. Prince, yes, see, I sometimes make us say, me to a sick class, be our own person, be a private sector, no. But a private person who has gone into an agreement with a buying won't allow other people to sit on their revenue. No way. There is no way met me. Let me tell you, do you know, sir?
10 million Ghana.
Do you know, sir? Even buying a catcher some of corporations I also now they should rely on their internally generated funds. So they find ways of making money. Because buying say me I won't spoon feed you again.
Azampa NSC almost staff no sinking fund money to omo kafri na say omo IGF near the
I don't think the IGF can pay them.
No, I don't think so. No, the
IGF cannot pay them. The IGF cannot pay them.
No, account
is Sadia, I charge you to raise funds.
To pay your staff.
Your people.
Yes, so
pay your people. Be
innovative enough. The da obe free Happy FM and for America no. Be some say World Club competition. Uto match day ticket crap. O parking lot cost
yeah.
You pay for baby parking your car. You pay. You understand? You pay. That's what I'm saying. There are so many ways of making generating revenue. Now, say, across the restaurants for people are operating restaurant there. Mati said Decathlon for crap some renovating Hatramani Hall. No more sports shop. You understand? These are some of the things that will attract people to come to the stadium. And at the point, they say, make us say, across sports stadium on a day, on any day, say, and match no be bound. No, so person called Jim from our stance, or person called the person should be. Yes, the person should be paid. If it is not facilities now or an area who call one of the restaurant, if you are just coming there, you should pay. These are some of the things that me they are generating enough revenue. And yes, I there, Ebia Mustafa Yusuf say, "Oh, at me channel, yes, can or say no African games at me GBA." They are renovating, but your names are sometimes on the will of justice.
But you see, That is the problem I have in this country. Prince, we can't always go after politicians and leave a civil servant to go scot-free.
No, as American. No, I totally agree with you. And the scanning in civil servants, the politicians,
issue is Africa Games, we spent over what $200 million. Yes, and I believe that some of the expenditures are more because FIFA Club World Cup no more printing accreditation. Emma over 2,000 journalists. FIFA is spending $4.5 million.
Say accreditation.
And you see,
paper on the printing.
For sheets.
One yard deal.
On a contract, man.
Oh, there's a call for.
And you see, the problem is say, Prince. Yes. Prince, issue is say to me,
any special you copy you copy almost
no printing. Airport. You see,
public center.
Yes. Prince, yes, $50 million.
I'm a 15,000.
Less than 2,000 athletes. So all to me $10 million Ghana cedis.
$60 million for 4 hostels renovation.
So all to me $10 million Ghana cedis. A year less than $2 million. And no last year Public Account Committee. Auditor General. You see, it is from Auditor General's report. And now a pack and so some investigation. Sasikano
yen free
$10 million Ghana cedis. To me try say Sikano media way
mama sempanka
the prince yen to me nkwaje 10 million Ghana cedis and free civil servant wa over $20 million.
You bet me aje free
and you bet me aje free politician
president
president worship na ye no
no an ye
mami ensre ahonden emfama ye nua Thomas the party
aden wo yare
there be me sra ahonden e de amano
nasem na aba obetimi de agina
ehu pa nti me sra nyame ahonden e de mano na
nasem ate se Saudi Arabia clubs ni bi so mo pepate ani ade a
steady. So we say we now I think that the first hearing no
determine
August
PDD case no me first hearing no say na PDD lawyer no na amafo hu say ade no
unya good lawyer oba ne so ye brutal
enti edenti na wo se wo sre ahoden e de amapate
o just said there omo father un say judges adiba ko a ye train omo say momo nya ye prejudice it is a key function and even you a key function to be prejudicial say
eno no ka ne twi mu che say ansa na obeti onipa no kra na wa fadwe onipa ne ho deda
say efi ha say there mo ebu me ni kele wo fi ha no you are prejudicial
unyuma ne da wanim
enyuma ben nti
de wa ye ne da ho ne nkrofo ka
ofi ametese kro a
because why you be enti nkrofo de wa ye kwa na aboto wo no nkrofo pese obi abefa so eno nye prejudicial eno ye president eno ye refer to president enti kapata sem no me nkofe no ma na kwa na etoro mi ameka bia ma wonzo be ye tunu e wa hade a kire me kasa kapata sem ne nko
patation no girls mi ensa ni nyina no ni krom ni ba kokura nim me nka Ghana ni ba ku bi wom Ghana ni fa si ba ni krom ni agbeni ba ku bi wom
mi ntwa wa no de ne de ye metan kra na girl na pate wo Atletico nyina no ne twempra e wo Spain
mo ka na
debi
ono ne de no
3 counts de na
ono ne assault ono ne de no in February 2023 she came on Snapchat and at Ghana Web we did stories but we never mentioned Pate's name Oba and all the blogs Daily Mail no way no more Oba Snapchat on a Pate conversation any on narrative say ade no see in Ibiza during
in fact that was the first way that came out.
Yes,
that was
but
the first.
no,
I know that's audition.
On the
Chini adi nyina.
Spain ni adi nyina wan ka ho asem no ugya ye pe na be ka ho asem.
Guys, I think we need to be relaxed. On him say obetima rape wife.
Oh, say
So all I'm saying, me them can say this is a very serious issue.
Any Roman kamenu mi no de nke ya chi
Oh, they made me say who say this is a very sensitive issue.
Very.
And me Adiba Kwame name say
very.
rape and sexual assault a criminal case. And you can go in for a very long term,
yes,
or go in for life.
Yeah.
But I won't say judges no, they are very sensible. Entina before you be prosecuted or be for rape or sexual assault. The evidence has to be beyond reasonable doubt.
Yes.
And rape cases so are very difficult to prove.
Yeah.
You understand?
I
won't sit here.
The burden is on the prosecutor.
Yeah, see, I won't sit here and say oh, party here and a party here. I won't sit here and say oh, girl no konene twempna and a nyama nko ye and you understand? Me, I've always been saying this. I believe, say, especially in England, more cartel war.
Yeah.
Cartel. I'm saying that's what I'm saying.
Across Europe.
No, I'm saying say they want to say England because in recent times it's been
England.
You understand? Okay, yeah. You remember Champions League final between PSG and Inter Milan. Turam, Derby or Belgium. And the result.
You understand? Just 2 minutes. And who say, my Mr. Zumbo because Romac raise the issue, no. You see, I'd go to America and they say 3 girls now. Yes, 3 girls now. Amu Eddie Asmako to Sunino.
I'm going to be any.
No, Ghana ni be any. And I say, Obia
Asante ni ge obi enim.
Ghana ni bia enim. Nanka Ghana ni bi mpu wo mu a nke be mas na America no nke be useless. But I'm saying that the Felix Eka no every day enya de am so. But every day in our relationships and in our marriages you repeat your wife and your girlfriends. Per say the emra no it dictate what rape is no. Every day and every day cry once a while you repeat. But because of the way you certainty was say no, and they said you bring in the Trinity into no. To me, or you ain't mean sorry, Anopa, Sir Felix, or see your Jabin Simen Penny, and then the Felix match. A sorry, get a conum bibi, a biamco, or conum sobolobina. Until an Ajuno said my brother Debina by force.
Christopher Nimley winning be no.
Yes, Ebia, unim, wakonum sobolobi, come to sobolonibi. Nebia, what do feel like kitty? We saw penny now, Ebia on another, or some penny on another. So, yeah, this is the following day.
But before you continue, it is not right to rape your wife.
No. I already said that.
So, classified as rape. But
it is rape.
No, it is not rape.
It is rape.
There's a consent. Oh, no, there's a consent. I'm coming. Baby, and your assault, and your rape, consent. That we should
yes. Osi o ma de nyina me na ya. Ene de empese si ni because what's there be? Oh, ebia.
There be anywhere. Ebia no you repeat no. Now the same room 1 2 on Jano ho.
It is let me tell you something. No. You are radio. No. People are listening. Be very. It's not even about that.
Otherwise, don't get my point.
Okay, so hold on. Yes, please. That is what I want.
Medundu mu Michael.
Let me flow at least. Send him the America.
Odi shem eyi de me pacho ye radio so e bia na quality ya. No, kata ho kakra na so odi wram eyi de
okay, fine.
Ye radio so quality.
My point is that what is rape? Even in the course of the intercourse. So Rika says stop. Now the same one a rape. So the consent aspect no
Google Europe description.
No,
I want to make a point.
No, Prince.
No, I want to make a point with it.
So I'm saying that
I've been studying that. Anything I'm a person here, especially
into the consent part, no. oyere what she can say no and meba so girls now and if that is the case what is consent at what point do you say it's consent because the people na consent ni mpo wie now the rape can still happen.
Yes.
So the rape is not about just consent. So when I'm consent, only here, obviously, jai. At what point do you say that I consent and I say consent? Before the start or during the
at any point.
At any point.
Or can say stop.
So I'm saying that wife there no. My point is that so then if that's the case, then there can be no point in you raping your wife.
There's a point that Obeka say jai.
Yes, so I'm saying that. So I'm saying that.
And
what I'm saying is that the consent part, she can say okay, yeah. In the course, she can even say stop.
If you don't stop,
Yes. So my point is that you can still rape your wife.
Yes.
You can.
Yes. What am I asking? Yes.
You can still rape your wife.
Yes.
And per the law, you can categorically say stop raping your wife because you can still rape your wife. Only wife cry, you're not see. Now it's how to shame back we are and rape. But the say I can't stand for us and so because shame back. Oye, on to find to ma, me na ya on to find to ma mboni mu. 2 a.m. And sorry, and call police station and go say me kunu we dem and also when I'm saying penny and wife also now why you reporting for rape. Pap say adia because of the way you training near the thing. Society near the near building into. So call report this case now. Police no cry no. Even na kakra. Inti
be no nche so mecheme.
No. Nya botre no. First say you kunu police are not stupid o. Have you go work for police station that. Most of the time say once who say if you ask them that's why even divorce no. That's why divorce case section. Do you know why? They give it a time to even among no judges no can mutu say. That's why even they are not said divorce cases are not set in open court.
Yes. And to be no separate kakra na ye share ni
judge no po odimutumi kasa odimutumi fo obeka say me have like 3 or 4 friends who are going through divorce processes.
No, but you are comparing different things.
No.
Don't compare with divorce. If your wife goes to police station and then or call report,
they have to arrest you. They have to arrest me.
They do arrest you. But say, you see, we are what is supposed to be.
Yeah.
But per our society, so wife, wow, maybe or seminar na or they will say that a bed even so reporting point or wife ni family for because we busuwe for.
Yes. Yes. But in the eyes of the law,
oh yes, police in Babechu, but police no so no. Who say busu accept sana? Because who say bia, our family namuti boom. Only like I say bia, never want to be in AC. So even they will even try to solve it away. You think the police will not take that drastic measure like obi and nyabutre?
They will.
My example. You would you say police for so they just take any that's where Jamina was caught even in the UK. Amun cocaine in a bag. But at the end of the day he was exonerated. Do you know why? Jury na exonerated. No. Do you know why? Amun with cocaine in his bag. Do you know why he was exonerated? The people are not because of your law enforcement. Amun need me for. So they can see situations. Oh, now wife, they don't take drastic
measures. Preventing my wife, not co report here. The moment of the police station.
How will you know that she won't report you?
Oh no, say be
I'm not saying that she can't do it. She will do it. I'm not saying that she can't do it. Obey to me here. And they say oba. We don't report you for assault. But Ghana say oba to police station because of report.
Or report you and then you
but
but why are you making reference to Ghana? In my age, how?
You see, you are confusing the issue.
I'm not confusing. Listen to me. What I'm saying is that in people why I am Raw Ghana, say say report you. But a bad day so police station. Police say ebia vast panko baba kubi. But brochire okwe say bet you. My point is that some of these issues now atu pateno. Say ebia girl and ebia munya bad relationship and again no dey hu hi e da call report say we rape no and can happen even to us here. But obi no say obi girlfriend as a wife no call report wa our society will frown on it say because we won't put there nya dey over the top yet obi ni sexual relationship obi no na wutu na wa kwaso ko rape yet obi on net nti ebia ebufo bi na ba na ebia odi ho akoye there is an issues that we can solve because obi abia on no have you sexual relationship dada obi on na wari on net ho we protia ne bibia on net no obi talk about say we repeat no but Ghana has in the law will also use it as omadwen say oh obi ne there e bia issues be na ba
look at the factor of
50 years because we don't net out too no because only ne eda and also giant other shame ba kunti no or jail 15 years it doesn't common sense to tell you that it shouldn't work like that it works like that
hold on
Obonino, only need sympathy for you.
Yes.
We see kind of pay. That is why in drama story we 2 pages say. Obino bia our 6 months.
6 months.
NBA star. Jano. Up half of the money, which I think around $70 million. Dollars. Into omo de adwin bi na. Omo de ba me e futu ga me de ma me as I make me apeta me. The American said the crash of matter is that.
Yes, na ontimi nyina
I don't want to be sound racist and baby, but when Caucasian top Caucasian athlete and a star top first athlete what for a typical born and bred West African woman
omonye
there be
me got to be ya won ho
there be
Caucasian part pa wa baga e bia Ghana ye nimo those we know I mean can say it can happen you girls so muti hamu crash cry when ba be ware o ko de bia
yes
me girls top clabophobia biphobia
top all can top athletes
are we ina eye hwe Russell Rafi I don't know if you know him
me know Russell Rafi
Russell wedding amo yo mo ho no atomic
guest house many brenya kwotwen mo ama ifri once na musumu kosi echi
okay fine okay say me chire man Russell wife no ube fan fi Ghana like ube wire no fi Hana like Hana like I don't know how to put it
oshia no
no e bia o ha e na afi na ube na be fan akwa na
there be o si oshia no
say as I'm mistaken there me nyo ye nyina ye wo ho se ekona bi si a and the me so bebu mi kwase a na se me fa ni wa ha
na me ne ko na bibi kwase a bebu mi kwase a me nka say adepa
but because of adepa you see so I'm saying that able to na medema say okromu pete
odi na mo
kra na
ebi beka
e na me ka say sika we ya unipa best penny no inka okromu ni bi wo mu kra da bi obenya 26 million yi in fact we di mu 10 million kwa maka 50 million they be made mu 2 million kwa na say 1 million kwa ko yenya ba bi ho ana bibia so wetin I see some saloon
any boy ekotirem
but say scano ekoka ho ena me ya no see before we be case we no you may be exonerated
but legal fees
ni kawa boni ne unyama asay no but when we say we be anka ni a in great to pay for Charlie we there because we say yeah we should to press it's
1 minute no 1 minute
yes
1 minute
okay so my time has started
and they should take into consideration that I'm a marriage counselor
yes yes
if you want in 1 minute no more
and 1 minute 30 seconds
when you talk about
90 seconds yanko
me worrying chair 5 years but you are not guaranteed that your marriage will be successful no matter who you marry. I can tell you for a fact, say, there were Ghanaian footballers who are currently playing more worry Ghana for our Nankoyi.
Oh, I said it yesterday.
I said it here on Monday.
On Monday.
I wasn't here on Monday, but I'm also saying something. And to say, Obi decided so worry Obi, you're not guaranteed how the marriage will go. You understand? But you see, as a man, me person can say, every man is allowed to make his choice. But me perceive me too your footballers to for. And I was with a current blaster player. Obobo. But I can say well in Tenerife say Obobo UK. Share. Or see there are a lot of activities in London. Or no, Obano friend now. Garden in a park. Then he will never go. He will never go. Because these girls omonim say we a Premier League star omonim say they are scout on in the soccer tell no ombe dress ombe you know and they will come to where you are no one set a trap amount. So me all I can say is you have to be very mindful. And you see on my example I say here ye bo Premier League game be here. Somebody like Cristiano Ronaldo. Or fit pitch no so no call Tanner Numa. You never see him again. Sometimes he doesn't even go with the team bars. None the team number in there. Abefano. Nashimoko. Share a lot of players who, if for not to be a good lawyer or more, and maybe a camera one set anchor. Mbani be
Ayo Mubukata.
yes. So me the players, I'm pleading with them, especially the players from more Scandinavian countries. No, Sweden, Norway,
Denmark, Belgium.
Yes, Mbani Bibri, and I can tell you there are footballers more in the lower leagues there. And some of them are in jail.
Yes.
Some are in jail. You see, their party come. I'm sure no one say Chaloba admit say Chale, I've made some mistakes.
Did you listen to his interview with, was it Oti and I say
No, only Kafi.
He said that.
Yes.
Land for
No,
there are some things, sir, and there. In some of the
Yes,
things.
you understand? See, that on himself, you are earning over £250,000. Share, you can lawyers no omo charge hour per hour.
You can US now.
Inti, would you just imagine? And a rape assault case no. And now share rape ni how many counts? 5 counts.
And assault
no.
one.
And 6 count.
Yeah, a due time I bet tina assembly so they will pick every count separately. So you are coming to deal with 6 different counts of issues. You nice or provide evidence. And it's a way your banner will see what rape on 3 counter. Count 1. Then they see evidence where test. You understand? Because how is it even justifiable, say, but you see, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a judge. I'll leave that too. But I hope, say, in all this, I pray, say, party will come out of. There's been a lot of damage because Mendy say, even though I win a new team, it hasn't been the same for him. So, like,
he will never be the same again.
Like, Asempaka,
body, strength
because
onya fortitude.
Yes, and aside that, also, I hope, say, because Skabe Kumpa, I hope, say,
Maminko Joho.
You see, Prince, Makase, because of these rape allegations against footballers, I've done multiple articles about it, extensive research. So, me say 80% Obano. But regardless, I don't agree with anybody who say that and I'm happy that Felix, you went to the Scandinavian countries. Kingsley Safo, he Kingsley Safo born in me to me say nabra say because still now call China call Kakrani there. Kingsley Safo nke baby a brand no be to me e could drew in terms of football no. Ghana ni maame ene ne ba ene etina bo mu ese abante na brabo maame no nim se Kingsley ene ne ba na twempena maame ni fie ho no obi nim se Kingsley ni ne ba no twempena because Kingsley mamu oko trainer abaiwa no ene ye den ede ne call Kingsley no ni driving license ti abaiwa no or the maame ne car na de ne ye movement yi na owie ya no na maame no ene ne ba aka bomu akọ report na ma police agency say one ne ba na oye under age no ene ne da waka cha na
omo husika
ntom kope ya Kingsley busuafo etutu omo ebusua pani omo ko maami osimo obi amfame inti Prince ebi esida. And you see, Kingsley Safo at that time, the story was big, but because he's not party, so he doesn't have a big PR. So the story, you know, anya big war, but every journalist know this Kingsley Safo story. So make nobody try and make the argument so Ghana niya and konya den nkomunya ne sanka Ghana niya nkomema yaka no ofie ukrom petedi unama ebika Kingsley Safo. You see,
but say Asempa, that's not Asempa.
No, I know. It is not only Asempa. Anytime I say, I don't agree with anybody who make that assertion. Say, a Ghanaian and common Yanesa. Up to now, he cannot go to any European country because of their gun and mame
at the year. No,
and because Akola already 21 on will be a champion. Only in the crowd, which was a sunny agency. Open a crowd into now. I catch police for say, where this is 16 years on any that on your gun. He was charged with sexual assault.
Ike, clarify. I'm not sure that's what as a
clarity. The mechanic say on Monday, I said here that your players on board from the mid-90s to now, no, over 70% of them are money on major. I don't really major, I'm not someone or major.
But Ghana for
most of them are Ghana for. But now have lost property to their Ghanaian wives.
Yeah.
But jumping to them and in the public, John Mensamo, a lot of them, most of them you don't even know, but most of them have lost property.
Yes.
But I'm saying that Sankofono, the worst you can have of them, and it's a wako court na yapa with that lamte dieno. The Benamisu, in fact, in one of his interviews with Daikopi, was a copy too. I said, see, and a copy too, not each other, no fire for you be another basin. On fire whom we na later on a second thought. Yeah. But that's the worst they can do. But say, how many of them, although because say, sexual assault and rape?
And no cry in Guasia Camono.
Yes, into Mono or Benny say, if you have Sicano, and that's my point too. Now you say, if you are party, in Gasana be a girl's name, young boy. I think about it. Then the dear and there in Gasana, I new contract. In the club, say, those days he will lose them. In fact, it doesn't look certain, say, after. Even before December Benya club. It's difficult.
Yeah.
Because one, when the clubs want to sign you, when you say Arsenal for 3 years, now Arsenal imposes party on social media.
Yeah.
Even training videos and pictures, go and watch. It is difficult to see him in those pictures.
Yeah.
Because of attacks. Sometimes it's easy, sir.
Yeah.
Easy, sir.
Odi Ebibeka.
If you pete, if you pete, yeah, Mr. Prince, Guamia also unam
Jawasem.
When you say Kingsley Safo, Ofri Mamu, Obia was sending carriers in Ofu on Olympiacos, and so sa Apo Nicosia, sa no, on Nenamwa, Sisia, the boy, Nicom Pet and Edinam, Eman Ninasano.
Yɛnyina yɛbɔ mpaeɛ ɛde ama pate deɛ mɛka nso sɛ Arsenal ɔmo yɛ adeɛ ma pate paa Arsenal Football Club ɛne Premier League no you know throughout that period yɛkye pate 7 times was okay invited by the police 7 times. None of it and a barbon. None of it and a barbon. And that alone, you have to give. You're in America. Your microphones are off. Your microphones are off. No, your microphones are off. No. Your microphones are off. Hold on. Pate. No, hold on. Look at what Manchester United did to Mason Greenwood.
Because he was arrested. He was officially arrested. You are comparing apples with oranges.
Hold on. When even on a court of competent jurisdiction, look at what happened.
But he was arrested. But he was never arrested.
But he was invited.
Yes, invitation and arrest is
not
the same.
He went to the police many times. It's none of it. And a barbon team. So you have to give Arsenal the credit.
One minute. Okay. The reason why Arsenal can't take credit is the fact that in UK laws, say you invite you for a rape or assault charger, your personality is protected, both the victim and the accused. And so Usha, even press, nobody ever party and accused needing. As for that we accused now or no dear. Everybody is protected. The accused. I'm
saying that
because I'm coming. The reason why Arsenal did that. The reason why Arsenal did that, they took a cue from what happened to Mendy. If Arsenal had suspended, do you know, say, City were asked to pay over £14 million.
But Arsenal could have do that. They would have done that.
I'm coming.
They would have done that.
No, the reason Arsenal did not want legal.
But me say Felix, Arsenal could have done
no.
They couldn't.
Manchester City they couldn't because he was never charged.
You see, say the one minute. Prince, 1 minute.
It doesn't matter.
Everybody knew that. Oh, even though the name was not mentioned, we all knew. Yes. Do you think that Ateta could not have taken a decision and say, I'll take you out of your team?
Of the team.
What are you talking about?
No, Arsenal. We had to give Arsenal some credit. That one, I will give Arsenal some credit. They did well. Even the Premier League also did well.
They did what?
But say Oman blew the cover. They did well. You can't take Arsenal's influence in this case and even Pate crowd would admit to this fact.
Now, yes, I'm a crown or yes, I'm say, and the FIFA Club World Cup. A good so Ecoso, United States of America. Kayanashan to step out to and drag game or not Chelsea Bokoro at the kind of qualified that now Marco Collins more and train the winner between Paris Saint-Germain and FM Pono Real Madrid Bokoro na Andra and a game no Ecoso our MetLife Stadium na Enya Fediagro game no banner at the end of 90 minutes now na Paris Saint-Germain Chichile Kano and 9 Mua and a good Real Madrid for Trema, Omu Pribia in Chinaboto, Omu Anthony Ante Ahorum, na a Pema Yefen Fabian Ruiz, and a big kind of Swatram on the 6th minute mark, 9th minute mark, Usman Dembele, and so at Watram, and FM Poro 24th minute mark, Fabian Ruiz, Asande Bako, Apeso, and FM Poro Gonzalo Garcia, and also Gonzalo Ramos Rada, and so Enya the 4th goal, Adama Paris Saint-Germain Bobo Kono, na Louis Enrique, and a trainer and as a coach, Adama Paris Saint-Germain Bobo Kono, and I say Abrano, Uko Remu was such games, na a semi-final, sir, na one mother Neko Ba, or Simple Pino, a more dempa, no mum, or say Koyamo Faso, a share game, na say, our Konya Saninasono, a bomb ye papa, or see the new Japan, our performance, Paris Saint-Germain, a putty up and dry.
I agree. It's always difficult to play those kind of match against Real Madrid, and I think we started the game very good, and we are happy with the performance.
We are in Sama Louis Enrique, and so at the two na Yabisane said, and Usman Dembele na Bemano, and Kamia said, who be PM Paris Saint-Germain, so you know, no matter what I was slow on a Zeno crack, no matter what so far, now shall be 35 goals, and I wait to me, Asher, I was seeing anymore, now I see all by Campono, now Usman Dembele were pre from national team camp, and a buy in top pan, no crack and crack sharp boy, said, no better me a giant so, and they were to me a giant so, when you're saying also. Na osi be bia obo mu bia no abemu ayefe no Osman Dembele e deserve say wa boatim no e wa kwani asanyina so.
Well, it's the first match in this World Cup that we can use Usman as a normal player because he was injured with the national team, and we try to take care of him. And I think he's the best player this season by a long term. And I think he deserves to win everything because he gave everything to the team, and the team is going to achieve trophies, that which is the most important thing for a club.
We are in Sama Louis Enrique, and so at the two jar, and you be son say, even John Mukrakran, and you be son say, Enrique, when you remember the grand finale, and him say, a year the French League, Nemono, Utimi, Aji Trouble, no Kama, Elho, was a Romachi, the UEFA Champions League, and also watching a simple Inter Milan, a channel 5-0, and then you watch a Real Madrid Bobo Corner 4-0, at the Remo, out the Club World Cup Air Finals, no, Ukwako, Shia Chelsea Bobo Corner, now Chelsea, I'll go show me, say, where they say, Mokako to the first one, I say, Debbie, share Chelsea team, also, or me a very, very good team. But Sisiano, Omo Kwako Bobo, who ye pa, Nefem Pono, or Metia history, Eriama Paris Saint-Germain Bobo Kono.
They're going to try one more step against a good team like Chelsea. They did it great and they performed the whole competition, and now it's time for us to prepare that, try to recover, and almost there. We want to make history in our club and take a holiday.
Okay, we are Kakra, we are Kenso de Papreche, na Xabi Alonso, and the Crown Madrid Bobo Kono. In fact, some of our team no, and Shada and Che, Bandrade, and so and Nanen Pa, so and Nanen Pap. Now, I say, game no setback, and Bantem, bare first 10 minutes, no more conceded 2 goals, or Mangasa Hunsampa. Emfa.
Yeah, for sure. At the beginning, the setback was strong enough. With the 2-0 down, we knew that the task was really tough. Play against Paris, being 2-0 down after 10 minutes. But today and at the moment, the feeling is not the best. But we will have to try to learn from today. For sure, they are a team that they have already built in 2 years. We are just starting, so it will take time. But we will have to learn from today. And for sure, the feeling at the moment is not the best.
We are in Xabi Alonso at 2 now or twice with Chemo set and then Usha Paris Saint-Germain team now or say team no ejina so that do enye or since February one monitor team na or say team no ejina so ye papa but finance dey ontimi cash in fa ho na ye wudram final na and ye be hu ba bia game no so ebetimi akọ.
I think that we have not been the last ones to face such a good team. No? I think that since February they are in a top moment, and today we have faced one of the best teams in the world, and let's see what happens in the final. But they have shown at a very good level, and we want to be there, but for sure it will take time.
We are in Xabi Alonso at 2 now or twice so HM said Sisi Amari team no omu here proper break and kasa some kwa humjiem kakra na efempo no omo hwa na ebesi the following season or senior season and yet say a new season or say after na season na end into omo hwa boa so menya enough rest na efempo no team na fa no pa Efra.
Well, at the moment, we need a proper break. I think that this is not the beginning of next year. This is just the end of this season. After just 3 weeks here, I think that we can take positives from this period, not from today, but today we take lessons from today.
Okay. Na chese Xabi Alonso enso na kosem to Sami Khedira ebo Madrid bobo kono emre bi atwam ko ono so ebe records kakra honoma na eno so na ni kaye pa erema Madrid for na enei ono so akasa kakra entra no so stadium ho ebo na ni akoma na ono so akasa kakra afa game no say game no mo boy no na 2 big mistakes na Raul Asensio no and Femporo Rudiger Chelsea for echa no man no o say 2 players we o hwe kwa mo fa so some mistakes na o say pardonable mistakes and o mo ye na o say some mistakes o mo ye cramp no mistakes a player we are it be no bench forever o say enene kakra no so ohun ye ho but o say the movement of Ousmane Dembele no na anwo pa.
Well, Asensio, Rudiger, 2 big mistakes, but how Dembele is waiting for the ball. He's like behind the opponent, and then he's like first 2-3 steps so explosive and press the opponent, and he's smelling, feeling that something can be happen. So he's there. Otherwise, if he's just walking around like maybe the other team, just walking around the pitch, you never get the ball. So he took the pressure on the defending line, but well, that's like 2 easy mistakes, 2 easy goals for PSG, and the match is already done.
Sami Khedira ena yate ne nkano yenti to mo nsam kitikiti a edi atentwe awamana ne Real Madrid aso ye ena me da so ewo no unim say the history of Real Madrid no aye 1998-1999 campaign no and omo concede 84 goals na 2024-2025 season so Madrid atimi equal sa aye negative record no hono ma omasa concede 84 goals so hono ano hye papa na season when so and Madrid concede aye 4 goals plus in a match na just say in 5 matches no Madrid concede 3 no mo nkoreba against Barca omo concede bebre against Sociedad and also mutimi concede honoma against POAKWA your friend Paris Saint-Germain so also etimi concede 4 ho na you see 25 years near Madrid concede 4 plus goals in a game in bare 5 games was season mo and then abapa sema enya Madrid and so etimi aye honum na Vitinha say okay asofok eya wafa game o mo boss ga kopa wafa share house 5-0 no o se bi pepe na nkendo ankesi o se na nkobu akonya bebrebe se nei o mbeso jabra brane ade agu ayama de boboko no so but o say eno so entimi amfa o madwi ni nyina ne se nko megu Madrid team ne kra awa akwani asa nyina so na Mamadou Sakho so akasa ade afa Dembele ho o say Dembele no ni di ni sen Dembele ni di sen o say sisi ade baby abefa bia Dembele ni di a ye fan no eye Ballon d'Or say Ballon d'Or no e bon wo eye Dembele hu ye papa a ye de won se ate ema na Thibaut Courtois akasa kakra ade afa La Liga president ayefa Javier Tebas o so hu eye federation president bia Sabi okasasa ohu league president okasa say Javier Tebas o say Tebas ni de na adwi nyina ne say Club World Cup ni de sabi ehu nya na so say hwe Club World Cup na ba ne de about to stay and then kakra no so efura no ba jara won sem ate ema in 70 bebrebe e ho but many team yantani ni enfewura mu the 138th edition of the Wimbledon no unim say yewura mu e the semi-finals but semi-final game bako eko so entra Yannick Sinner from Italy on a bench shouting and so if USA na the boy ni ekowie 7-6 6-4 6-4 in favor of Yannick Sinner na enkuribia no buy no and Yannick Sinner ni agiye papa na on a bench shouting no sisi ya no on any ball games ni bebrebe nti omo e wa akwani asanyina eso.
I'm very, very happy about today's performance. Playing against him is so difficult. You have chances, then he serves very well, and as we saw in the last game. But overall, we play each other now more and more. We get to know each other a little bit better, and I'm looking forward for this kind of battles. And it's even more special to play in front of you guys. It's an honor and amazing feeling.
Okay, we Aneka Kai Yannick Sinner award number 1. And so L2 in the other quarter final game, no say Nakoya Novak Djokovic, if he's Serbia, on a Flavio Cobolli from Italy. And I did with also first set no Novak Lucia 7-6. Second set no Bermud Tintin, ever born 6-2, 7-5, 6-4 and A on also Etimerium for the 14th time. Wimbledon, a Berman also Etimerium our semi-finals. Now or say Masa Cobolli no Ujana ye papa or so no Wachele kakra enye aya grass court sumum but also wa hwe kakra we improve ye pa e wa kwani asanyina so.
No, of course. First, I have to say huge congratulations to Fabio for an amazing tournament, but also a great battle today. Great performance from him.
Okay, until we make a can of Djokovic, and so at the two jar, Namia Doma, a Fiara Friday, and a semi-finals, no Elbaso, Yannick Sinner, and Novak Djokovic, and a Deba Bernie, a Bacoso Center Court, 12:30 p.m. Namia Doma, Friday, and Elbaso, Taylor Fritz, and so and Carlos Alcaraz, and so at the Barredaso, and also Elbaso, our Center Court, a Fiara, 12:30 p.m. and also Elbaso Dentia, Yada on some at the Emma, and my own semi-finals, the same. No, Esifatie, Arena, Sabalenka, and Amanda Anisimova, Edinburgh Bernie, Nyamia Doma, and the day 12:30 p.m. and Ebaso, our Center Court, Sansona, Belinda Bencic, and so and Igas one take, and so Edinburgh Daso, and also Ebacoso 2 p.m. and area Kedekede, and Ecoso, our Center Court in some Dorso, but Ementi, Yebejina Wiso, na Yede Amananin Seminole Sinefin Pro Prince, OBIBA, POAKWA Brown, and so the Dakano Abetoaso Kama, Ediama. Happy.
And Crodos, your car sensor, your bow chimney television, refrigerator, chest freezer, air conditioner. Now, so when you say your laser TV, gas cooker, washing machine, smartphone, sound system, water dispenser, microwave, blender, rice cooker, kettle, iron, air fryer, kakrabim ponono. So to adhere away ho, in few numuntem, se chima, near Friania, Fabra, Yensia Mawa, Yabasa Sama. Se so the high sense showrooms, no, a boo Ghana fanena, into Bibina Opata, Banaiko, Nakojodia, a B1 cry, Tama, Kumasi. Takrade, Takwa, Mankesim, Obuase, Sunyane, Techima, Tamale, Hohoi, Kofodia, a Bona da Fomboko, Edemau, Siaka High Sensor, near Tredia Echeno, dear Papano, dear Ensen in Amkanian, dear F. Feno, Naya Befono, Bibina Open Chimua, Frey, 0302 550000, and now Quabefon and Sentintanaso, Ubenya highsense.com.gh. You have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube also, and also High Sense Ghana. High Sense, the name was so be abotom, and no.
When I get home and one something quick to chop. Everything there inside, groundnut milk and sugar. I only need some water. So kiss bed easy, yo. Kivo carry me, Kivo carry me for your office. Boarding house, Kivo carry everything there inside. Groundnut milk and sugar. I only
Kivo 4-in-1 Gary Mix. Soakings are easy.
easy, yo.
This advert is FDA approved.
Big goal. Big goal. Big goal.
Hey, number one everywhere you go. Big goal. For the friends and the family. Big goal. Big refreshing moment. Big goal. For the kids and the adults. Big goal. Boys and girls with a drink up. Big goal. Everywhere the party day. Big goal. We go mash up the place with the big goal. Greatest in every battle. Big goal. Big goal. Big goal. Big refreshing moments.
Bigo drink. Big refreshing moment. Another quality product from Trillium Industries. This advert is FDA approved.
Happy Sports, le meilleur. Happy Sports, supérieur. Happy Sports, exceptionnel. Happy Sports, numéro 1.
Yesan amwakwa babiem unsa no pa no ye hye dwumadi na se meka che ose ne dwumadi no packed pa esan se menya me ankasa madam for the first time menini hia sometime December 2013 menya sure se ebi ono kro bekai meni wo hia Alex meni wo hia Coconut Grove Hotel sometime 2013 obe me kai relationship with Kweku Indum Kweku ena arrange sa meeting no ena meni wo hia enti metimi akase menim ne kakra pa menim ne love for boxing ene ne commitment ene ne dedication to Ghana boxing onipa ameka na asem CEO of box office promotion your friend no Alex Intiamwa Boachi opening Mwakwaba Edeba Happy 98.9 FM. Bibia boko de ye share yache. Ye share yache. The last time we share na 98.9. The last time we share no na medwumo na enye bebre na won de no enye bebre sei but ye share say ye papa na mami Musa say box office hot sen.
Oh, bibi aboko nyame adom ye boaboa ye hu na ye di bibi kesi betudwa.
Something big. What dear o promise something bigger. This time obeton car any ufie and say dem bi mu na beton this time.
Say business business bi as who start here. The formative years no and to say like 1 year experience and work on nti mendi ndisa say sabesi.
Enti say there on ton ka bia on ton asase bia envenye bi but unya the needed returns on your investment. I'm talking about box office, the kind of investment I know the returns na te saying
say boxing as a sports no ni 98.9 like the arrangement no is capital intensive. Sometimes who the proposal cracker sponsor binema so who because of the numbers na kumet inti on did say bia the obemakra it will be significant for its recognition inti most of the time no problems but we are finding a way to go around it and I mean did say bibia be koso
because the last time I checked na you can't encrofer almost stage one of the biggest bout Ghana now so can be enti are you saying say ni nyina wan kasa obotum
Most of the time, say who start, he say who hear promotions. Now the proposal call around that. At least you need to have say unya date be why say
Happy FM 98.9
date I mean hear promotions. After so before you go to your friend is saying sponsors and bibisa say secure the signatures of the boxes. Say sign contract. In a contract, we say we negotiate this car with you because and yes, we make a sponsor say and son you need to know say oh yeah say ni say and yes say obi a win and obi a lose and son you agree with the boxer no baby amount of betu it is a sign contract no
and only a can in the purse
no sometimes who sign contract no a minimum request for advanced space part of the person. The say shares can farmer.
Even before I become potential sponsor Hokrano, maybe our committee baby 40%.
And yeah, it's not about 40%, but some good money. Say and son I'll bet me as your signature. The only proposal no call. Sometimes sponsors mean hope, high hope. I mean, sometimes they have some big meeting with the decision makers or the people who call the shots in terms of financial shots.
But your PIA microphone,
financial shots, no. Only you move trans, you promise you no worry. Yeah, we budget no okay. Ya home, ya be ya home be but ya we tisu kakra say ni say. Until you when you say hope no. Until you say if you are coming from this kind of meeting. So now was starting unyamaye sometimes sponsors be very feeling.
Wow, and what sign contract when you're two big boxes, what sign a contract, what advances some good monies.
Yeah.
After you become potential sponsor or not one kunye scano. Then you have to do all the promotion from your pocket.
Yes, you have to find a way to go around it.
Now minimum say Bukom boxing arena is may I have. The last time I'm here, the former CEO, I think Lady Valerie, me catching say me yanka some of the offices in a ben no collapse no be arena no because a arena ketwa. A whole stage bout na nkrofo abapa he na obinya as gate fee. And I say
depending charges now and so there are a lot of gate crashes. And security would be to get an have their ways to go around it and then they fill the place. OBIBA who say numbers no be brave, but it does not reflect in the revenue about me generate. And as face sports per se, Obian himself sports thrive on sponsorship. Even the biggest bout stage war Europe, US, and America, the gate proceeds even cannot pay 25% of the cost almost spending. It's about corporate sponsorship. And I feel boxing sports beer as a corporate sponsor. So Baswa, there are a lot of things as a mileage for your brand because the brand visibility, most of the time, say promotions as box officer. We do a lot of friends public appearances. The boxers no call community now. Yeah, fix off or more can say about how they are prepared for fight. It's one thing you bet me branded the whole community for that way. Boxers no so supporters no is a way of going around to brand them. So apart from the public appearance, your public workout. I want to be sure skills kakra or kromansana. Find it, and also is something that you can brand
and generate revenue.
Yes, I feel so. Your friend say press conferences and weighing before the fight night. There are a lot of things that you can benefit as a sponsor. So who support to boxing, but in Ghana, yes, microphone be interests were different, but boxing sports be 1 year Wama Lawrence than any other sports in Ghana. Obama tell side number of Olympic medals yafa no amateur boxing the highest. Over professional side, the number of world titles and our world championships accolades yafa is enormous than any other sports organ.
But who leverage, reflect it in the kind of
in the kind of
sponsorship packages.
Sometimes OBIBA can say I will propose and send a package. But I've been in this business for almost 17 years as a promoter. Though we have my first license in 2001 as a manager. And 24 years experience as a licensee. But before then, I was boxing has been part and parcel of me for a long time. I miss you, Accra. But through promotional, my promotional friend is saying business. My name said your friend is proposal
to appeal to sponsors.
And sometimes the marketers could transcribe boxing was some ideas you drive sponsorship be brave, but sometimes we call microphone a decision more decision na final me GD say a lot of people have generated interest boxing now person on board say remember and me GD say
improving. So are you the Mami Musa say are you making a good living out of boxing?
Me can say boxing boy me and me boy because I can say and reflect within the business how we are in terms of promotions how we it's not like that. I can tell you say most of the fight I run at very very big losses. Say sometimes me free losses no cry wakuma betu, but still I'm very resilient in doing it. Because I have the hope to say it's more or less like building the brand over the years now. Be one big sponsor beba on board one time now let me break it through. But apart from that, some of the boxes that me manage now, me promote your mono. So I'm go outside at least to me baby or it gives me opportunity travel around. Me say so it has created some image for me, say some respectable image. Me say come build you because your business at least it gives
the reputation
is there. It's more or less like windfall from the business now, keeping me going. And I'm very happy about it. And I have not me regret to say me watch boxing. But man started boxing promotion and now boxing business, boxing
enterprise
as for business. I born out of love. Me chronophobia, medium the same area. Most of some of them were boxers, and at a certain point, I'm fight. Like they are there in the gym, going to the road. I'm gonna try say they will do their best by promotions, and cause us at that time. Me can say and then venture into promotions. To me boy me crawl for community. It was born out of love. And nuntina about boxing, more promotions, big promotions, but within one or two of their promotions now they fold up because share what chair can say be skawumpa and venture they could make some good money. But at the end of the day, and even to break even, they run at very, very, very big losses. Fold up. But me, I'm here born out of love. I think say, and keeping me say me cause why I boxing promotion.
Good. Mene Alex Ntiamu Abuache Edin Komo or CEO Edema box office promotion or boxing promoter. our stage bout bebree ne boxers nso ɛkɔ amanone ne ade wɔ boxers a otrini omo ene ade da
me trainer
no like manage omo sorry manage or boxers or manage omo eno san ye promoter da Nigeria ni boxer no ebekun wɔ Ghana owuye na wɔ boxing arena ho
David Minio
na oni hobby say da no na awen
me wo fie
na wo fie wan kobi
David
okay na committee a minister no SRT so omo hwɛ ni nsɛm no no omo frɛ wo
yeah
omo invite you
yeah
omo invite you on what base into no omo dey invite you
Crawford bi a ye invite you omo concerning sa fight no especially Ghana Boxing Authority the immediate past president Ibrahim Kotenekwe okọ ho no oka kire omo say na fight no enye the fight no nye guy no owuye no Nigeria no enye sa Saturday fight no na ka obekun so na anka obekun on Friday fight bi a ye wo Bukom Square enye Bukom Arena Bukom Square
okay
within the Bukom community no eni na sa fight no na anka obekun wo so but fight no amba one or two reasons no the fight ni anti me amba so nti ye to sheda say the sheda next day fight no so na sa fight no a ye originally for Friday no Alex Ntiamwa na or sanction sa fight no nti ho na me din ebe mu say Friday fight no me na me sanction but for professional boxing I'm not
the sanction authority
for professional boxing but the reason why me din be mu ni say Friday fight no guy no supposed to say obekun won so no it was two folds yeah amateur fight and
professional
and on the same bill no mo wie amateur fight no mo ye the professional fight so professional fights no Ghana Boxing Authority are under the leadership of Ibrahim Kotenekwe the sanctions are professional fight no on the Friday fight no amateur fight no I'm happy say me secretary general for Greater Accra Boxing Association for amateur boxing within the jurisdiction of Greater Accra me office no na world jurisdictional power say sanction fight for fight amateur fight within the Greater Accra region organizers no East Power Promotions omo trauma some time back a tournament been almost started first one omo Center Point more
atomic
junction no no omo ye preliminaries no and Friday no they supposed to do the semi-finals and the finals but omo the letter abadada but later on omo mami information say the number of bouts no say omo finish me office with the number of bouts are omo and a din in Crawford like boxes omo bekun was a fight ni so until later no omo di buy no later no so me who say they have matchups are Nigeria's boxers amateurs omo so bekun was so until I didn't know to say international bout because those say it's within the jurisdiction of Greater Accra, but there were Nigerians match against Ghanaians. Fight unity. I take different form, say international bout. With that, no, though we sanction for the fight, no war Greater Accra, but I have to get the clearance from the Ghana Boxing Federation because of the foreign boxers are Bekuno. Inti mi friend the president of the Ghana Boxing Federation, Mr. Ibrahim Bernard Quarty, Bonham yes fight be a sanction for East Power Promotions. Omo tournament no I sanction some time back no omo tuasu, but the finals no they have other bouts or suit na bouts no. It has taken international level form because of Ghanaians and Nigerians are on Bekunti. Me for the letter no man no shena onto me clearance and son I bet me I'm on full sanctioning. Into your country, say, okay, me send him man. And I'll see, okay, or say on cross check you from Nigeria, say Nigerian boxers are on mobile for the amateur tournament, if they have been cleared by the Nigerian amateur boxing authorities, and son or bet me also am a green light, say fighting will happen. And it was a back and forth. You had to make some calls. We did a lot of calls before say Bibia calls say a clearance for the amateur tournament, But the professionals professional fight it was the Ghana Boxing Authority. In the Friday fight me wo be na ye amateur fight me who president of the Ghana Boxing Authority by then Abraham Kotenukwe or no so there was an IBF Continental Africa Championship between Oli Dogbeto and Patrick Ayi was about in this any the supposed Nigeria unfortunately Oluwaseun the fight no so or until me who around but after the amateur event I left the place into enunti na me your friend say committee frame say me be witness say ya frame didn't say initial but na guy no be was me na me sanction to me clarify more say we have no jurisdiction to sanction professional fights, but the amateur fights within the jurisdiction of Greater Accra is within the jurisdictional powers of my office say sanction.
Okay, and that's the reason when I call it. And to call in Chirimu na the common.
Yes.
And after Omo Chirimu.
Yes, yeah, they ask me
the other matters.
Other matters because Omonim say me a professional boxing promoter. And Yomi Bisa me say as part of my promotions am I aware say most of the Crawford medicals take care of medicals they are not doctors na nurses. And I'm catching almost say it's within the jurisdiction of the GBA and now arrangement say provide friends and medical doctors because as a promoter they will give you a bill say for ambulance or doctors or ring officials and all what have you. Until you just so they have to provide the medical professionals that take care of fighting. But I've realized say the man in charge most of the time is a nurse. Me on my own side, I made some arrangement for Dr. Sa some war because as the event organizer, I say be happy now only Dr. I made those comments there.
So now blue GB for cover say almost sanction about an now qualified medical doctor in
on that fight. I was not there, so I don't have any right to say anything about that particular fight. But some of my fight, they asked me, say, some of my fight now, my promoter, 98.9. They know, say, per the regulations, we need to have doctors to be around, medical doctors, professional medical doctors to be around. Say, I'm taking care of medical emergencies. And I'm catching say, oh yeah, my name says, but. Like the our in charge or your nurse and as face we were emergency medical technicians EMT for with the Ghana ambulance almost they are around but because meaning say rules no can say yenya qualified medical doctors I arrange my own medical doctors to be around and most of the time they go they sit around the medical bench with the EMTs who are closer to the ring. Until most of the time, I'm here on my own. Sometimes, to me, the team GBA say, "Oh, can't you?"
No, but that's the accepted standard.
Yes, but the committee no question me say, "Adena say me call venue na me who say GBA enye say enye ya me can want say na me stop about ni kra." in totality. And I'm catching almost say, okay, why arrangement in Crawford or ticket? Why tia nyama be bring Crawford bahas or say I'm share boxing. I feel who could draw on say ABA the oil in charge no NS. But on my own, I bring some doctors there. But this is here, I'm catch them say doctors, no, they are not official doctors that are supposed to be there. It's my arrangement that brings them there. I don't think I mean stop we fight no in totality say there is no doctor until you must stop because me share me investment and I me profit I mean doing boxes no. And I'm catch them say okay the omukano one way one in a way no they are right. But another way no it's going to cause more disaster because say who you fight now why arrangement now GBA is supposed to bring doctors now more for me but now why arrangement say doctors should be around the ring now who can say because of GBA yeah so arrangement into you cancel fight no in Crawford more to the mob will take actions that will be more consequential than ABA one boxer or occurring now so because
but do you think say Sir Quinciano was avoidable?
Over the in a way you need to do everything humanly to save. But sometimes there has been death and now who are see or your friend is saying theaters doctors some operations someone kasa and your cardiac arrest doctors baby were around one to me and G say bibi see I'm not saying say you shouldn't do the proper thing and say like you shouldn't be make the arrangement. So we arrangement now a seer you exonerate yourself from being punished and baby happy because for some time me the GBA your friend is saying former president Ibrahim Kote anyway
what hana dream pa what hana dream papa
say my hana dream in a wrong way because GBA won in Shishe like the constitution won the rules and regulations me kase me a meeting man like me man ye she I call against the rules neither sometimes Niama to me see now where
no flout to
rules no 1 or 2 times they have like period say on submit all your contracts between the boxers before say we sometimes would the contract be call boxers been over the memo sign maybe a week or 3 days before the fight a boxer will pull out from the fight then you need say on your arrangement now other boxer no our training at all cost until me until I say any last minute replacement it's things that are bound to happen but it goes beyond time frame until sometimes and one bout abia who about 6 or 8 bout and not 10 bout about 6 of the bout still and stand with the contract mama boxers no more commitment say we be but still almost sign contract no brel we sign brel now we team same baby say or see fight no crown you have to go there and find a way to convince him. There are some I've done fights mama some boxers including one is now a promoter now and I'm there was a time BBC and I'm catching and say time we no Ojini say we obi but say also mama no ska was sign contract ya ye publicity ma tia venue ma ye bibia a day before we and okoda some hospitals say or drip say ni hunfa no but on him say doctor no nurses no baby akono they are my friends until information is say oboa okoda okeke no or trapicha no ma ni coach catch and say Alex no is smarter than the we until I had the confirmation from the coach and I mean let me convince and sana the next day about way he was demanding some money from me like
any contract
By the end of the day, no make a chance. Udi ombekuna say onu su demand this can man timi amanu scan tea. One that day no cry or friend crofo a omo be she fight no say mom but in crofo cry omo gate so omo talk to catch omo say onu onku nti your mama omo ba. Meanwhile, I've given the guy some advance of the purse. Till today, I've not received that money. Baby are happy. Inti sometimes happy. Inti says way happier. The other box I know our training now us onusu wamanu some advance. As onyo some other box amanu na onti me enenku inti yeah say flat rules no kakra but yawo GBA share for senior I say GBA board no senior yes yeah compose in accordance with the constitution. In the composition of the GBA constitution there's an arrangement say onya a qualified medical doctor obetimi ama advice on medical issue or no already the medical commission nti say time amini kote ni kwe yeah some back and forth concerning say on the writing. So yanka there will be a doctor on the board because doctor no like or Jai yeah with one or two, with his own reasons or Jai but senior me fight not that time no cry maji your friend is saying court judgment there is an order say GBA within 14 days the board must be recomposed in accordance with the constitution. We say last year, December 17th. And within 14 days, they should have done that. There will be a doctor on the board who will advise or who get some of his colleague doctors to convince them to be part of the GBA routine. Say, fighter. Say, na say, your friend is saying, doctors walk around. I didn't see you. And you have exonerated yourself, say you have done the right thing. And I've been telling them, say, most of the time, no, say I can't be here. Fire say litigants and visa. But say BBC and son who say rules and regulations and a constitution and
but do you believe say report committee na minister ne set any report na omo de aba no who be when report me. But do you think say committee no ebeboa the development or the revival of boxing?
Actually, a problem by then no immediate past president no the NMT me can say like I said no say judgment na me call you know cry say oti court order no anka we will save himself from this whole thing happening no. And as for the ministry and the National Sports Authority being the oversight authorities over sports in Ghana, no, amount me trans say things will be done in a wrong way because Ghana is a foreigner and their country, no. So who say things in the right way, no, they will never be happy with Ghana. It can mar the relationship, the international relationship that Ghana and Nigeria enjoys. So the minister responsible for sports and the National Sports Authority, Director General, they cannot sit down aloof to see, say, we because and they have rules and regulations. They have laws, say they have oversight powers over sports association within Ghana. So they have every right to constitute those committees and then the recommendations to, but say recommendation, but Mijidi say they have to call the stakeholders and then present to them, and then we can see how best we can work with it. Because there are some people who are your friend eco committee, your friend is saying testimonies are now advice on ABR, they've been out of the system for some time. Into some of the rules might be obsolete or whatever. Maybe there are new rules, say boxing there. Because we are affiliated to WBC, WBA, and other, we know rules change. Some time back, say Crawford na passy fourth round. Na yenya be accidental headbutt and accidental winner intimate fight. So, rules no money a technical draw. But Association of Professional Friends Boxing Commissions are revises those of the say and do 4 rounds na no contest. And yet technical draw no contest. And in the rules any other things are changing. In the says the report number those recommendations is good say ministry and the National Sports Authority and for the leadership I was because your constitution I and say President Niwa is the first vice to take charge. Say first vice Niwa, second vice to take charge. With the current arrangement, there's first vice or resign in here sometime back about 6 to 8 months, closer to a year ago, because of senior President here in Yaman so advice here on taking the obey part of the administration into or resigning. Second vice though he has some issues with the way things were run by then, but some of us encouraging him on stay because free okra the person who have his way freely to do whatever he want to do. But if you are there, obeti me accurately, you have 1 or 2 things in the on stay. But senior CCA, your friend is saying, immediate past president are resigning. Yanya by following the constitution, second vice has taken over as the acting president till Monday.
Sanka elections this weekend.
Yes,
elections this weekend.
On Monday on 22nd, but there was a meeting after the handing over from Ibrahim Kutenike to Mr. Roger Bandon. A friend say I recompose the board no senior court judgment in accordance with the constitution. The time being say see yenuama for Congress and elective Congress a be hard during kakra because the time is very, very short. And I feel so the time Koteni kwe say be call Congress ni see ni hunuama no. By then the board has not been recomposed as the order from the court. So committee for professional stakeholders are consisting of promoters association, managers association, and all the stakeholder groups. Say they need to do the needful first before they can start the process for the elections. Other than that, it's not valid for us. And that was the stance of the Baby cry so for positions because said the is not in conformity with the constitution. Say the senior time no short the GBA within the constitutional mandate proposal for extraordinary Congress, ordinary not for elections, extraordinary Congress now call say na yentimi
modalities so it means that the committee the elections committee former president in the city no
I don't think say because opin your friend say nominations and not close here. Still we need to go to Congress and yema the war on some mandate we say we are more 1 month and 2 months and also it will afford us the a friend said the opportunity say recommendations are the committee because you cannot just brush the committee report and more recommendation aside because it entails a lot of seasoning experts are from so the chairman for that we know is one box person boxing who are here for a long time a respectable people are here from we know so I feel so say recommendations no a copy of it so that we can see how we can inculcate and amend some of our rules in our constitution to be in conformity with it so that PBR
Alex Obidi Abase Mimusa Asa Ura Abraham kotani kwe efiri we wani agye nneɛma a ɛkɔ sɛdeɛ wopɛ no because ɔhɔ no ɔnyɛ nneɛma a wopɛ nti oni wo sesi nti wo kasa no kasa yɛn first na anka wo kasa te sɛdeɛ wo kasa na and also how do you respond to it?
Okay, bibia ye no ye won hihye ye de aye say ye as Ghana Boxing Authority na Ghana cry yetia no say your constitution Ghana president and fine ye adwuma no ye nuama contrary to the constitution no menji this citizens no ye ni beji at least we will not be happy with it but say nuama kosu senior say kosu ana ye no you see say nkrofo ni nyina nkrofo bebre ni beji Abraham Koteni kwi obeba take the realms of affairs at Ghana Boxing Authority no I'm one of me nkrofo ye campaigning man and I'm supporting pa but mean to me condone the wrong things ana nuyama oyena and ni mrasu then I will not be a fair person because some time back now Mr. Captain ewo no nuyama because na ye gidi say enye ye complaining ye kan wasem but say udi OBIBA no ye the same thing OBIBA na will criticize here. I don't think it should be the best way to go. Senior yeko yanya interim ana ibia ebe vote bibia ebe sibia so OBIBA still or ye bibia enya I can't keep quiet to see things say beko we would say yan kan wasem Abraham Koteni you cannot take from him say ni in terms of certain things are offers but you need to do it in a way say it will be beneficial for all not a few privileged people and to say meeting out because I'm in part and parcel of his campaign team no or buy no ye bibi na me who akoben na ye niama enye I don't think I can condone those things
sir mo campaign am buy nanka mo pe bibi wanya ama mo nti na afi de mo kugina nchen na afi na mo to abo ba mu a bibi obeye bia na mo sorry
me campaign time now your friends your former president Lawyer Peter Zwenis obeba no the first and second time I'm part of his campaign to me vouching man say or win elections. I didn't go for any special assistant and special treatment from the side. I've been into arbitration committee with issues Amaluzu. I took it just in good faith. In the Nyama I happen say me ye fight be cry my yell bibi akosuna my yell stop fight no. You know you can't complain because it's part and parcel of the rules. But I don't go for special treatment from the president or anything. Inti me ni any bibi a me pe our president who are on your maminti na me go against them. First thing that happened is say by the GBA constitution, the president does not run the day-to-day affairs of the Ghana Boxing Authority.
But or not the person run.
Is the is that and no na me call in chair me call country and say president. Una wa we ni say we president. Me intimi chair dear we but your constitution a guide this senior obi a president to senior or ni the constitution prescribed this say the Secretary General should be the head of the Secretariat. He should be the one to run the day-to-day affairs of the place. The president, the powers, board meetings are he supervise like or presiding over board meetings or no formulating policies. Na secretary or the implementing day-to-day affairs. So person won't change here. Una winning elections, you want more delegates than any other person. Yantimi lobby delegates because you need two-third majority to change and to amend the constitution. Inti yantimi lobby nkronfono na yenuama na nice emom. Now the next Congress ayebe no yantimi requesting for amendment say senior adwuma no cost no like say president no no na like day to day affairs no ebeboa authority no boxing betumpom nti yenye ne saa na yentimi convincing crowd no na yen change constitution no to amend the constitution to be in conformity with what you wanted to do. When I'm in Kokasai, I went there and talked to him twice on that. And I made sure letter. Still see unless for constitution in two chain now I'm into me Juma. How can you work without the constitution?
And untina office or year renovation, ukobubu renovation and all ye nina.
I've never done that. I don't have the powers to go and destroy things at the office. He could have called the police to arrest me if I have done that.
About until say waka sada.
Mati say waka biya meaning say oba no kra waka. The meeting I had
Muhammad Amin Lanti and a bar.
Okay. I had a tip of say or try office no create office for himself within the office the secretariat. And I my friend many times one fa call no na me call no ma me obi say all the materials about start here when I'm catching so on train kakra na president ba I went there and talked to the person
and say you stop the work
but I didn't so see obi abubu
okay who could stop you juma na
yes me see as a city
no let me
ask
ben wow the koyes me president of the authority and I'm a person a renovation office. You as a stakeholder, why do you come and stop a Juma Makofu Biso Meye?
The president wanted to create an office for himself to be the head of the secretariat, which is against the constitution. We have citizen arrest in Ghana. You know that. It is Obi Bibia is going wayward with the association as
president go wayward.
GD say Obi Timmy what to me say as a president now or we
no say be a creative office secretariat we not just me be running day to day but I want to have an office there so that the day to day running I can cross check checks and balances.
That means you are the head of the secretariat.
No, I want to cross the course me pese me.
That means you are the head of the
secretary sign it let it be I have to pass through my decks na me hu say what sign it let away the ama lesintiamo or the kwen or the kwakoye den. Me pese me checks and balance as the president.
Yes, there is a way to do it.
The only way is that I will get an office at the secretariat.
No, but we what we tried to prevent it, we saw it that he started running the day-to-day affairs of the police. So it justified the reason why I was trying to prevent the people from creating that office. He justified it. It took out the
checks and balances ninti na momo face say eno na mo hu ni say or day to day running of the secretariat.
What kind of checks and balances you want to do?
Okay, so me na president
GBA or letter say sign letter microphone. They have a seal. Yes. As the president you can keep the seal.
Yes.
Whenever there is something the person has to come to you to get a seal from you in your own office and you can run it that way. If you want to change it, let's get the constitution right to change it.
No, I'm not changing the constitution, but I want to have an office within the secretariat.
And when you go, and when you go to the place, he asks his people that he has brought to the place to run the day-to-day affairs. Even the secretary will be sitting. We have had to after the exit of Patrick Johnson, who was then with the
longest serving general
who was
secretary.
There, no? Your friend is saying there was the one guy called Solomon who came. There was another guy, a lady who came. Ask what happened. They were sitting idle. President only the Jumanuama in Crawford his own people.
Now I'm in Lampton's office secretariat.
I don't know say our office but I've been there for some time. He has been going there to do some jobs there, as PR. Per our constitution, the way your constitution, I'll give you a copy for you to go through. Is the Secretary General that run the day-to-day affairs of the police, more or less like he's the one in charge.
Unless I say, we litigant power. I say, what tremansu like person nneɛma bɛkɔ so ɛwɔ ɛyɛ authority.
It's not about things ɛnkɔ so anaa ɛbɛkɔ so. Sɛ wokɔ hɔ as a promoter, wokɔyɛ biribi wɔ hɔ a, the president imposed certain things on you. Even the run card girl, it's the prerogative of the promoter to
get. No one
yes, you impose you obey a list amount say to say this amount for this girl. No, no girls. Or start cry no first no start here cry or no chill obi fisi ring him out.
Oh, say be or agency omoye sente be or recommend am.
No, it was an imposition by then. No.
Oh, sir.
Nyama bebre akoso. I can, next week or any day that you want me to come, I can show you receipts of the same category of license of which people have paid different amounts. There was no board meeting. I'm the president of the Boxing Promoters Association of Ghana. If there should be an increment in the license of promoters, for the first timers and the renewal, who should be the first to know?
Of course, so now you're president.
Yes, there should be a letter.
Oh yes, sir, without records to move.
There was no board meeting. Some of the board members we are friends. So sometimes when you see something, you have increased this thing and you didn't even engage us as stakeholders. Oh no, I don't remember that we have had any meeting say you increase your friend is saying license fees. License fees. Peterson is or like any time. No, the last amount you charge for manager was 500 and renewal was 200 Ghana cedis. The there was no board meeting to even say increase your friend is saying licenses. Now be communicate officially say you're increasing you're increasing license fees no. But we call for management license or see 2,000 Ghana cedis. Now even you can check on your phone. Go to Nevada Athletic Commission on your phone. Las Vegas, boxing is huge on top level, multi-billion or multi-million-dollar business there. Managers are paying $100 as a license fee, which is less than $1,500 for people who are doing it. And you want people to pay $2,000. There are some people within the communities of Bukum, Choko, Koligono, who have boxes that because of maybe 200 cedis or 100 cedis that they are giving the boxers for week has been the reason why the boxers are in the gyms training because they don't have anywhere to get any money from. But there is a friend or there is somebody within the community seeing their efforts, giving maybe 100 cedis and now 200 cedis a week for them. And no reason say gym training. Sankrofo don't they have the right say be protect your interest with their license as a manager? They have. So say sir nkrofo low income people almost person obina on to me call nanim who charge 2,000 for
you are stopping them
from supporting those people. Yes, there are people who are rich who want to come. They can come. Reasonable license fee, everybody is paying it. But they have what they can do to support the boxes. These are some of the things argue say it's not right.
Okay.
And some people who come, sometimes there are certain things. Per se,
one issue.
Nipano were resigning. Sometimes,
but there are other issues. But say Alex, Yemreneko, so Thursday, next Thursday, so be available because. Mate se owura Abraham Kote ni kuya okaso obaye no there were niema na ekoso e wo secretariat ho a na egu boxing animu ase en na ope se obe fight ye no e na mo ne ye ntokwa de ne court saa ma ani wode wanwie ni tenia no kra ode a resign o se ebi ni se ansa no beba no visa racketeering na mo ye wo ho papa ene ada niema boxers no kra bi wo a mun show mu yi ni ade nyina but emre ne ko yenka ho asem
quick. Okay.
No, emre ne ko ntinka na yennya no next Thursday.
But you shouldn't have mentioned it at all. And say ube kakra.
Okay, ma 1 minute on the visa racketeer.
Okay.
What's visa racketeer?
Me ko tell you quick court no one sem ni say because my senior on running office no is unconstitutional until wa peg me to me fight. Yes, like wa mean me.
Wa bo ato.
Yeah, my bo me. Yes. Me fight within time I ban on drumming and noise making. It was on behind closed doors. After you use loudspeakers. Traditional authorities were there. They saw say me flout to rules.
And no suspended
or suspending me because I'm being
bad boy.
I'm being a way like a problem for him. It is suspending me. And nothing I me court. Afesu or can say GBA ni constitution. Or suspending GBA constitution. Constitution what so say we protecting or suspending. I have evidences that I can show you. Media houses are occur now can say any constitution. I feel now on say review you have to go to court to defend the GBA constitution. Say your constitution. Sending our in Nuyama is inconsistent with the constitution. The court and order no yen in Nuyama to be inconsistent with the constitution. And nothing I make court. Into obani me no me court say yen. Your friend is saying, yeah, in Jonty, Niban, no, me I got the judgment on your friend is saying the order first until the final determination of the case. No, me we need. Yeah, mommy, your friend is saying compensation. And you can say damages for 30,000. Any
GBA sika 30,000 GBA any sika or complain no the
next Thursday me ba me di niama betrew me nya deal sani o can say ma spend this car or promotion mu sani I met me nya deal with Probellum international promotional outfit yeah for collaborations 5 fights a year. Omoma me 2 times say me year probational fight. No who say I can put the numbers any standard on Mupeno. I was able to finish that level. Omba to me $15,000 every fight I may as part of partners. And I'm feed somewhere streaming or their platform and their logos to be there as partners for that promotions. After semi BD boxes are they will give them the privilege like if your friend saying Alfred Lamptey, they signed these guys, and if the boys fight here, they're supposed to pay him the minimum from $7,000. These are some of the deals for Weno. Because Kote suspending my license, no, the people say because your license is suspended, we cannot work with you, and I lose this money and this opportunity
for the boxes.
No, losing. Send me the way contract no court anchor. Sky Ebeji or GBA in Semuno. But I didn't want to do that. Say me cause Pesca or GBA from GBA.
But 30,000.
I went there to make sure say the constitution will stand, things will be done in accordance with the constitution, and then the illegal suspension that it should be turned down. That's what I went to court for.
Alex, legal fees.
Time almost suspending me, no. Me fight. Fight. I mean, GBA sanction fight, no. I spent over 120,000 for that fight. Yeah, we fight here, no. As on Franco box rate, no more updated boxes, no more record. The GBA former president Koteni Kwesi fight no shorty fight. War or Tana or supervising in one fan box rate. It's not about the money, but the boxers more training, like the life at two say more training say more fighting. What did almost win no no? The same thing any banu you fight for national title till today. Go and watch, go and see the record. It's not registered in the record of his son. Is that the way to go?
Thursday, Alex Intiamwa or CEO at the box office promotions. And I'm in Edin Como. The workings of GBA, Alex, and who pancrophos through no. Hopa na say we dey Malispain everyone
me per se in Crawford and respect your rules and regulations.
Okay, Mate.
Uti say president, former president can say NSC ni power ni say ni. Already LI no the new LI 24/77 no already.
Only Mate.
So already and can obey say your freedom start from somewhere and end somewhere.
Alex, next Thursday you beto aso isan sensem ewo ho pa enti mamena Alex Ntiamwa Boachi CEO of Air Box Office Air Promotions mamena na se na yenda ne ye ho ye ba ye be ye interview
Happy FM 98. And the Creator Dos high sensor, the about chimney television, refrigerator, chest freezer, air conditioner. Now, so when you say your laser TV, gas cooker, washing machine, smartphone, sound system, water dispenser, microwave, blender, rice cooker, kettle, iron, air fryer, kakrebim ponon. So to adhere away ho. In few numuntem, say what chima, near free yania, Fabra, yensi mawa, yabesa sama. Say the high sense showrooms no, ebu organa fanenina. Into bibina opatwa, banaiko, nekojodia, ebi one cry, tama, kumasi. Takrade, Takwa, Mankesim, Obuase, Sunyane, Techima, Tamale, Hohoi, Kofodia, a bonnet da Fomboko at the mount. See a high sensor, near Tredia Echeno, dear Papano, dear Ensen in Amcanian, dear F. Feno, Naya Befono, Bibina Open Chimua, Frey 0302 550000, and now Quabefon and Santintanaso, Ubenya highsense.com.gh. You have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any YouTube or so, and also Shasha High Sense Ghana. High Sense, the name was so be abotum, enono.
Happy 98.9 FM, Happy Sports. Prince OBIBA POAKWA Brown, ene metia kunyo se ote interviewer ye sesi no ne ye kan boxing. Wan se say GB ho no ensam ho ye bright ensam ho papa see ni edi akire. Na enche bia ye bedi enkomo menya eye kiki enkofo ewa ha omo ye fitness na oma be de ray otimani mo hwese de ne biceps ene ne insanity a efe pa o hye said you che o de na ye mefe unse o de na nimu bebre enchinchin bebre te secret na o te wonchen me ohu me traini a me pese menya odie ni bi no me de be shela course na ja unse girl said ye de be ne kakra enti enonso enti ye bedi nkomo eye boot camp
Happy FM 98.9
baso eye this month enti ye bedi nkomo pa okay enti onko ha kakra na no there be o brand say kama pa thank you ano eye ewra ote se me kan ne ho asem yi osi obi ma me pa ba mebusa ewi a mebusa we kire ho se the connection to Brinya no eye sa onipa na enti ena Brinya ho ne kofa right we former boss ho ne free eba enti we bibi anim ofi se bibi o mpacho me producer no enti bibi ani we free the boss is always the boss enti every boss ho ne ba na we de ansane ebekọ yasem ne so no ma menkai o se oye SHS liver na opese oye juma as a security personnel wenya akwenya esanse organization bi ewon kran ha na kire se ope security personnel enti no se obe pese obe security personnel de no aso obe submit application letter now dey aba front desk of Happy 98.9 FM wa salam down udu a salam down roundabout now so we Happy FM Tom Boys no ewo ho on be lead you na odi aba na meka we say limited species na aka intentem a yero ho kan ho intentem na free number we 0202 2068 pacho ti number ni biem 0202 222068 kai say ye security personnel enya Happy FM na pe organization bi eno say or the fa happy so na yempe security personnel fema omunti so opedwuma ya kan ho intentem na bra na enye chairman bia na chairman titie every Monday nyina da bia me yi one chairman ene me nya chairman foforo enti tie asema me bekan not every chairman is chairman being a chairman is more than just a title. A chairman is someone who makes his woman happy in bed. A chairman is the one who gets appellations in the morning. Enti anopano munya sorry we peana ye bodi menya wanka mewu oh my dear me lovey sa na nkyere say chairman why juma anajo no enti na sa anopano ye boss abodin no. Every chairman would attest to this. His happiness starts with a kiss. Always be a chairman there. Obe kiss ansa na watu aso aya niema. Enti mi nua bema tie me say if you want to be a chairman, then you should start with a kiss. Visit your nearest pharmacy and as a chemical store. Na kope o kiss condom and as o kiss strawberry gel. Na o start with a kiss. Now the kiss condom etwaso. Na afi unya no smooth. Na afi o the kiss strawberry gel no twaso a o sorry anopa applications ko ena obinya. We every kiss condom for ho. Jibu semen kanchire o se fa wo 18.9 liters dispenser bottle no ebeji omu new 20 liters bottle no without any cost Jibu say o refill na o no mo a kai se Ghana hanko a other 9 African countries omu no nsuo wo ho tie yen branches ewo enkraha eni airport close to Alliance Française, North Legon, on the Wisconsin Road, Adenton, next to Cosby One College of Fashion, Osu, close to the Photo Club, Image, Asalam down, opposite Old Togo Embassy, Dansuman Exhibition Runabout, Sanso, Ena Sotu Munsu Yewo, Choba Junction, Ena Madina, so Yewo opposite Madina Social Welfare, Jibu, a better life. We ena eka ye ho ne de nsem yi ba sabri de mamenko kukua wusua ho omu mpanifo a omu free camp boot mpanifo ena omaba enti ene ye di enkomo okay ye kukua ampoma yes kukua ampoma oye organizer ena afenso Felix Esiedu trainer omu free kiki enko ena omaba ene anope mpanifo mema omakwaba yese ladies first entikukwa twe microphone ko wanim kakra na kasa na mente onka bibi aboko de nyamiadum na ye kase boot camper den
boot camp train na area ba outside ye ba be training. Okay. But normally, anka boot camp denka military personnel also na omo training omo soldiers nya dena the intensiveness of the exercise. And no na ye de omo ko bibi nti ye friend boot camp. Okay. But ye so ye bi. But ye de enye for military training bia just for ye ho.
Okay. Mo amu ho se
as in ye like open for obi a opese on training.
And tenye say bia wo military training but opese yes oba na obeye saa adwumadi ni bia na wapie abonten na waba
yenye wo gym
enti we enye gym ade
there be enye gym outside training wo outside enti ebia saa gym equipment no mu wo gym no ye betumi di kakra aba outside ni training but enye ni na ye ntumi fa treadmill emba by bia baby to set battle rope ni enyeman kakra bi skipping ropes ni agende ye betumi use wo outside
mo the bench ebeba
there be bench
mo fa bench ema
me patcho there bi
oh sa me ko gym bia mentan komo ba me ko gym bia de me dey start me we 50 kg na me dey squat.
Oh, any one
me the squat who say me to us and me bu me abonfia
oh da bi nya waka kram ye machine
50 kg no me the squat na me dey start and sana me gina me na so na afi de mpese me ye
any obeku
ba me kwa ya na me ho ye me yado nti me ko kakra na me jai
insanity
me ntimi nto aso ba Saturday dey my SMS Saturday
any starting because o start ya na time ne nso no na
26 na maba na afi na pins ni ko na afi maba to aso 26 me ba pa in fact me ba me me boss
any problem
me me boss e wa ha ne
patch mumbra in your numbers ye any problem mumbra
ai said that no then be so aside ye be training no then ebe kokoso ho.
Okay, me to me brief it to be me and mama.
Yes, Felix and so yes.
Okay, so number 1 ye babe Genie. Make cover for kakami. So it's a place where you come and have fun. Now what burning calories kakra. Now what science so I build the friendship, contacts, anything, because there are different people coming together under one roof. Obi woha or we maybe maybe due to that gathering. Obi to me recommendation to anybody there, like just to build infant saying. Where am I?
Build
networking, exactly. You can just come and then network. Opa, you will see a few people working out. A bit crabby inspire. Over to me, a big crabby. And yet, any exercise, we are a normal routines exercise. You bet you and then Felix be put you through the whole exercise into no and cheddar be our own name. It's not something new.
And to where you Kiki and Co fitness and penny for and I'm in your edin common. Nina say Kiki and Co at the year the 4th edition of the boot camp. Now it's on the 26th of July 2025. Now ebekoso ewo a year Dion a year recreation a year center. A ho and ebekoso. Now sikawum obe register and san waba. Ti mamenko a year organizer hokukua ampuma a year organizer ba mamenko a year trainer. Macho man we were a slim macho or a slim macho ba ne ho hwe said ne chest ya chest kakra ans kakra shoulders kakra mepe said ye wa ne pa mo akwa ba menia bibi abo kompacho kasa mememu kasa pa said ye wa betiti no saa na unze me shoulders ene me bona ma bona ya me voice enti won so kasa efa de no na mento nka on this 26 say me ba and I say yes ene da so no say me ba then na ode me be femu ho te say me see ma ba me from beginning na no me ba obeye me den.
First of all, a training, but any BBI heading. Okay. Empese man for the two things you be a you be proud one as ever. No, yeah, but first of all, you person more bejuini. So it's more of like happy. We are creating a happiness atmosphere for people to come and have fun and train at the same time.
Okay.
So it is a over. Yeah, but my some busy workouts, but say group skipping. Yeah, probably each HIIT high intensity interval training. If probably cross fitness training. And some training be also a friend of high rocks by an bar and a barbie home. And aerobics, dance aerobics, sanyo Ebema winning a G. Obey you now when you say we training.
What training? Yeah.
You know, if you say more banana more best social, yeah, back we I mean, sir, we are 4th one. You know, there have been series of nice way from feedbacks from people. We are still doing this, so we are expecting the numbers, and then we want you guys to come and enjoy yourselves.
And ena miniana free Kiki and Co fitness or non so can we trainer ewo. What it means is that so Kiki and Co fitness bekono. Pachoya utrini girls no baby girls na say utrini hifo. I don't know.
So shy. Me train.
Now then I was three.
I wasn't expecting this question.
You should expect this. No, I so expected. No, utrini baby girls na say boys and out training.
Pacho, me train you bia.
No, yeah, cannot correct me pa. Pacho, cannot correct me. Cannot correct. And I want to mean can the way remo no bet me aka.
Me train you bia. We say, provided say you feel you need the training. I say, we hear me sure quite now who me are. Me train you, you know. It's not a matter of whether you're bad or so. I'm there for everybody. Pinyu, Akadao, we are wine.
Na ukwa onso me ba emfa nsem abaji mu me ba beto ho.
Debbie.
Me meto ho.
Okay, so enya gym. Basa wo ba na wo pese oni me training, me tumi ni we training. Basa me no enya me djuma me. Se me ni mo na bia pese oni me training, why not?
But when da me ba no pese me no be training.
Enya problem. Me nya time krama.
Ana Mr. Mpomeni ana.
Your friend Ralph, also come.
Okay, Ralph, a member of Kiki and Co. Fitness. Na Ralph, Oba no na me busa Felix say o trainee a man na say o trainee baby girls na say boys no. On table. Okay, Ralph, before you entered I was asking Felix if he trains the baby girls of the boys.
He does all. He can train the girls, he can train the boys very well.
So, but you, do you train the baby girls or you train the boys?
No, me, I'm a specialist, so I train everybody.
You're a specialist, so you train everybody.
Hey. You know, when it comes to fitness, it's not for boys or girls, it's for everybody. Yes.
But I hear the trainers, especially the male trainers, you prefer to train the baby girls more than the guys.
No. You know, in every profession, they have the bad guys.
Okay.
Yes. So
okay.
Depends on who you
So
meet.
can I put Phyllis in the category of the bad guys? Not at all. Okay.
We are very professional.
So what will happen on 26th?
26th, come with your energy. We are going to take it to another level. It's not a normal fitness routine that you go to the gym. We will test you, put you to work. Yes, you know, ours is different from what you go to the gym every day. You won't see what we do in the gym. So we take it further beyond the gym. It's fun, it's energy. You're meeting people from everywhere in this country, you know, all the way from Tamale, from Kumasi. People are coming just to have a feel of the event. It's a fitness event that brings fellow fitness people together to commune, to exercise, and you know, to test what you have been training for all the years. Yes. Even though you're a beginner, as a beginner you can come, we will teach you. So yes, you will not just come and exercise and go back. We will also teach you what you can use to sustain your fitness journey. Yes.
So Kukua, my memory also be may then me person me register.
Okay, obe contact your social media platform, Kiki and Co Fitness Bootcamp, and now say obe to me send a WhatsApp or 055-605-9694.
But your bon number ni biem.
055.
Toboase na boni biem.
055.
605. 9694.
O contact you.
Yes, oba ye streaming na e wo Facebook a ye streaming interview we live on Facebook. Nti oba ye the flyer no ene da ho nti number no ene da ho no 0556 059694 na wa register kama nti menya frepe no ano no.
No me friend po de send you
WhatsApp, okay.
O send you WhatsApp, I be send you link.
Okay.
Now I click on link no. Page baby. Two pictures no. One is for couples and one is single. More they are open single registration, then you click on it, and a couple registration, you click on it. That's so a mobile money transfer. And you feel OBIBA be share case me the ticket, bro.
Ti when you register, what to your mumu?
Udin OBIBA beba. We will receive your name. Into your better lessons. So drew ya bodin. That's it. Ne ama o band out there be share on sir.
Okay, nti eno enso eno no nti time no 3:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. nti on the 26th of July ena Jumedie ebeba so na mo wo enkrofobia eboa mo wo sponsors bia eboa mo nti say mo wo sponsors eboa mo ambetimi obetimi abomudin na yadomase ewa ha
pacho you sponsors never couldin the amemi oil and a Win Energy and I also Yas Petroleum.
Okay.
And a Gym World. And a Dion Recreational Center.
Okay.
Maybe I have event.
Na Dion Recreational Center we have
Pacho Ewolashi Community 19.
Okay.
All the Dini to Google
Beba Street.
No care no man. And yeah you are quite.
Minimum ho. Pacho say Madam Funi brillianti.
Also a nice place.
But obi say opese onipa baako opese or register as single, no san register as couple.
Obetimi na any problem.
Oba critic scandal the amamu.
Oh, send your dry. Ye say ye training. Ti oba na scandal ye be so ano. Ye be send ye be managing.
Fellas, talk to me on the day, no. Raf Eddie Kanka said there's going to be a lot of fun. One, so why should I come on the 26th?
Fitness, no, it's more of a lifestyle rather than say OBIBA, something which but I mean camera phone we want people to know that fitness is more of a lifestyle. So we are encouraging everybody to try and make it something that's a part of them rather than a one-time something. Say, if we are talking about fitness, it goes beyond just entering the gym, pushing weights, or skipping in the house. It's something that is going to take care of you in the long run, especially when you grow old. So you need to stay in that kind of a lifestyle. And we don't want a situation where you don't start early and then maybe someday in your life you're going to be paying for what you did not do before. Because we've had people, elderly people who personally have trained elderly people who wish they started earlier. So we want people to start on time. We want to incorporate that lifestyle in people so that it becomes something regular for them. Now, that should be say like you feel fit, you feel smart, regardless of your age. You see, I say, you should know that you are coming to meet a family of fitness guys who you can, during the program and after the program, interact with. Say, if you need any advice, if you need any kind of consultation, we are there for you. So you are going to be creating a community.
Okay.
Yes, so
after the program, community of OBIBA.
Exactly.
There been the grandpa. Me who other places are there are tips, even how you would train, even how you would take your protein and
Exactly. So we have other professionals who are going to be available to give you advice on certain things that you need to be doing and things that you don't need to do. Dieting, your things like your sitting and sleeping posture. The last one, we had professionals who came and taught the people on what is their sitting and sleeping posture. So things like that. So it's not really just about the training.
Yeah. Raf, we are wrapping up. Time now, so we are wrapping up. Yes. Why should I be there in 60 seconds? Why should I be there on the 26th?
Yes, you should be there because we will motivate you, we will encourage you, we will not just motivate you, but we will give you a disciplined lifestyle. Because fitness is what you need all life long, like Coach Felix said. If you are that person that you find it difficult to exercise, we will tell you even in your room you can exercise. We will teach you things to do whilst you are in your room to feel good and exercise. So you don't necessarily need to pay money to the gym. You can stay at home and exercise. These are things we'll teach you. And also, fitness is more like a lifestyle. So we'll teach you the lifestyle. So that's why you need to be there. And it's more fun as well, not just fitness. Some people see fitness as a boring activity, but we'll show you fitness with fun. So that's why you have to be there.
Okay. Nti no guys I'm now for free kiki enko fitness and omaba Camboot no baso on the 26th of July 2025 3:30 to 7 p.m. Beboso hopa baby girls na beba pa me boys we mo ye hawkers omo ye hunters nti me ba me for mu ni machi makrante so mba be hadwen ho but aha na edisi kuku a me ba metime de me manaba metime de omaba
recreational center ombeji omani
momba good nti kuku a oti kuku anka oti raf nka na oti Felix so kan dwumadi me kai wo se soccer bet the soccer chance aba almost even when you are losing, you are winning. And if for 10 or more matches, now make sure say us near 1.3, 1.30 or higher. Na ulusu bakwa obedi sika. Your amount 3 times a year your stake. Terms and conditions apply. Sanso na mekai will say a year the month of July. A year happy on wheels. The free aboso kind. And a bebro. Kai say a year Thursday 31st July 2025. Every 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. You better be engaged in a meaningful conversations. A better change about community. When to share a year the Pahua da Ben crew no headed by a year Ura Bismarck Brown near ba aboso kind. Na yaba be shape a year voices yama of voice what your voice happy on wheels your voice your power aha ene ye di dwumadi no enyina besimidi ne prince obiba POAKWA me na metena dwumadi mu on behalf of the Happy Sports team ni nyina